Good afternoon and welcome to the South Carolina High School League Weekend of Champions, Game 1 of the second day 4A title. The broadcast brought to you by A&I Fire and Water Restoration, and we're live from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium on the campus of South Carolina State. Heavyweight battle, South Florence, South Pointe. Stacey Huff here with you, joined by my broadcast partner, Joe Cash, and this is a heavyweight battle. Joe, both of these programs are familiar with championship play.
No doubt about it. South Pointe going after their 8th state championship in less than 20 seasons of varsity football. South Florence chasing their 3rd state title in the last 4 years. A lot of athletes, a lot of playmakers. This should be a great one here this afternoon, Stacey.
A star-studded matchup coming at us. And we begin, let's talk about how they got here, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. The road to this game, how'd they get here, Joe?
For South Florence, fairly easy. You look at it, they matched up against Darlington for the 2nd time, beat them easily. Then Bishop England, North Augusta. They knocked off Gray Collegiate in the lower state championship last week, and that brought them here to Orangeburg to face South Pointe.
And as far as South Pointe, their road.
I'll tell you what, Stacey, again, scores that just jump out at you. They beat Beaufort 63-13 and then cruised off after that as well. Emerald, AC Flora in a rematch of a region battle earlier in the year. West Side for the Upper State Championship, a game that they had pointed to for a year. They won that one 40-0, and that brought them here as well to face South Florence.
And now time for our A&I Fire and Water Restoration. Players to rely on. Who are some key players? We begin, of course, with South Florence.
For South Florence, the quarterback, Messiah Jackson, 63% completions on his passing this season, 1,628 yards, 22 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. He's also rushed for 660 and scored 21 on the ground. And then for South Pointe, quarterback, athlete, all everything, Jazavian Currents, South Carolina Gatorade Player of the Year, a finalist for Mr. Football. You see the numbers right there. 2,764 yards through the year, 24 touchdowns on the ground, nearly 1,500 yards rushing, 18 scores, 81 tackles on defense. What hasn't Jazavian Currents done for this team this season?
Gamecock signed the A&I Fire and Water Restoration, celebrating 50 years in business. Now, our food for thought brought to you by Ingles. What are some of the keys to this match?
I think the Bruins to win have to control the clock offensively, limit turnovers as well against a great South Pointe defense. And if you're South Pointe, let Currents cook. Let him just run and make plays and do what he does and also play good defense. They've got a lot of athletes on that side of the ball.
I am so excited for this matchup. It will be widely checked out around the state. South Florence, South Pointe coming up. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley joins us here in a little bit. From Orangeburg, South Carolina, let's crown a 4A state champion.
After fire, water, or storm damage, it can feel like the heart of the season is lost. But for more than 50 years, A&I Fire and Water Restoration has helped families across the Carolinas reclaim life's most important moments. Because coming home isn't just about walls and floors, it's about memories and traditions. A&I Fire and Water Restoration, restoring more than property, restoring the moments that matter most. You can rely on A&I.
Have you been quoted for trench drain system to fix water intrusion? Before you compromise your foundation, talk to Foundation Solutions. We provide a more efficient, more cost-effective way to keep your basement dry. With 30 years of experience in Western North Carolina, we bring guaranteed work, financing options, and real peace of mind. Visit foundationswnc.com or call 828-768-2208.
When people come to us, they've been injured, they are now dealing with a big insurance company, a big trucking company, a company that, while they may say in their commercials they want to help you, in reality they're not there to help you. And if we're not there to do it, no one's going to do it. I personally hope you never need our number, but if you do, it may be one of the most important calls you ever make. 1-866-STEWART.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Welcome in, folks, from Oliver C. Dawson Stadium in Orangeburg, South Carolina, the campus of South Carolina State. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin here with you. We're about to crown a 4A champion. South Pointe taking on South Florence. And let's go down to the third member of our broadcast booth, Claire Foley on the sidelines. What's going on, Claire?
Well, guys, in the 4 years that Bobby Collins has been the head coach at South Pointe, they have been building to this moment, winning more games every year. Last week, after they avenged Westside, who knocked them out of the playoffs last year, he said he just had this feeling that his team wasn't done yet. Meanwhile, South Florence, they've made residency here in Orangeburg, being here each of the last 4 years. And Coach Drew Marlowe told me that he told his team back in January that they had one goal and one expectation, and that was to bring another title back to South Florence. So this afternoon we find out if a new champion will be crowned or if the hands of Bruin seniors are going to get a little heavier today, winning their third ring in 4 years. Guys.
Thank you so much, Claire Foley, and we're about set for kickoff, folks. Our kickoff brought to you by Preferred Appliance. Preferred Appliance, your trusted appliance sales and repair experts. Kicking off left to right on your TV screen, the Bruins of South Florence wearing all white duds. Kicking off to South Pointe, the Stallions. Red tops, red and black trim trousers. And there, we returning right to left on your screen. Preferred Appliance kickoff. We're about set for action here, folks. We're about to crown a 4A state champion. Both teams very familiar with championship Saturday here with the South Carolina High School League. And we are underway. It's a low kick. It's going to be fielded. They're going to let them turn that. That's what I thought. Yeah, once your foot is on that line, then they cannot return a kick in high school football. Joe South Pointe will take over, and we'll set that offense for you in a moment. There's talent everywhere. And you mentioned their quarterback, Currents. Let Currents cook, right? He just got the Gatorade Player of the Year, and Mr. Football is maybe up next for him, probably.
I would say the odds-on favorite, Stacy. I mean, we went through all of his accolades in our opening of the broadcast. I mean, what hasn't he done? And you see him right there. Looking forward to watching this youngster play today. Plays some defensive backs as well. About 6'4". Can do a lot of things. Also plays some strong defensive back. They have a pistol formation at first. Now they move the running back to his right. Currents is going to hesitate and try to pick up some room there. And he's just going to fall forward for about 5 yards. They're a good little solid run to start things off. Of course, starting lineups in this ballgame brought to you by Adventure Children's Museum. And speaking of starting lineups, there's South Florence Currents. We just talked about the running back R.J. Brown. He's a good one. The wide receivers Ratliff, Duncan, Vassell, and Hollis. The O-line Williams, Douglas, Baxter, Wiley, and Lee. Anthony Baxter, 75 there. A Gamecock signee just this week as well, along with Currents. This give over to the right side, dancing in the hole, in the secondary, across the 40, down to the 44-yard. They're going to give him the 45-yard line, and that is the running back Brown we just talked about. R.J. Brown, what a job up front. That's our first down of the game, Joe, brought to you by 1-800-GOT-JUMP. Went through those offensive linemen. He just takes it to the right side, gets a couple of blocks, hits the second level, and turns on the Jets and picks up big yardage all the way up to the 45, picks up a quick 20.
1-800-GOT-JUMP is our first down sponsor this first quarter. They make Jump disappear, and it's been really powerful the first couple plays. The line surging for the Stallions, and they're going to try the middle again. A big collision in the hole. Good hit that time for South Florence, and it's still going to fall forward for 4 yards. So look at the Adventure Children's Museum starting lineup for the South Florence defense. Johnson's a good one. Williams, McKithen a good one. Gordon also a good one. Kennedy, Prue, and Washington the linebackers. DBs, Wilson, Hall, Reeves, and Johnson. Both these teams have talent on both sides of the ball. Playmakers everywhere. Gain of 3. Call it gain of 4 on that first down run. And now we're going to go to the air for our first pass of the game. Currents with a screen pass, trying to get to the outside. The knee probably went down about the 47-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. Good tackle by number 5 there for the Bruins, Warnell Prue.
He just picks up Duncan, kind of crossing over the middle. He comes out of the slot on the right. No one picks him up. It's an easy kind of a pitch and catch there, and he's able to get close to, not quite a first down, but it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Prue made a diving tackle, got the ankle, and prevented that first down. They're in a short yardage situation. They're trying to, they thought they had him leaning. They thought they had him moving that time. Hard clap there by Currents. Got a little jump, but they didn't cross the line of scrimmage. Taking their time. It's going to be Currents just picking his way. That looked too easy, Joe. That looked too easy. He just kind of hesitated and waited for the block to unfold in front of him. Needed 2 and got about 8.
I'm not sure if the Bruins were aligned properly. I mean, there's nobody over there on the edge, and that's just an easy pickup. He gets to the second level before he gets hit. Stacy, not sure if that alignment was, they weren't set properly, but easy for Currents to pick up a chain mover there.
1-800 got junk first down again. Surging offense for the Stallions. That's Currents on your screen. Gatorade Player of the Year just named yesterday. Give the R.J. Brown across the 30. A gashing run. The offensive line is dominating up front for South Point. It's another 1-800 got junk first down.
Talked about him just a moment ago. Lee, Williams, Douglas, Wiley, and Baxter, the South Carolina commit. They're just paving a way right now, and that's too easy for R.J. Brown. And Stallions on the move here with the game's opening possession. Not touched it. He's in the secondary. Ball's at the 26-yard line. Is Brown again. This time, nice move in the hole. Great footwork by R.J. Brown. The blocking was good, but he made a superlative move at the line of scrimmage, Joe, to get another first down. They're getting short yardage, and they're in the red zone right now. Red zone. Doctor's Implants red zone. Talk about this play. Kerry Gordon finally makes the stop. He starts right, cuts it back on the left, makes a man miss. Here comes Gordon, finally tracks him down, but not before another South Point first down.
Doctor's Implants, empowering people through full mouth dental implants. Our red zone sponsor. Ball's at the 17. Gonna try it again. This time, nada, nunca. South Florence said they've had about enough, and that's 15. Willie Kennedy on the stop. They were waiting on that one, Joe.
Kennedy was right there. Also get credit in there. Warnell Prue, he was in there too. Number 5. They both kind of did the double team. You see it.
And also got a love. Jerry Gordon's been active in this ball game as well, but they needed a stop. That's the best defensive play of the game thus far for South Florence.
First negative play.
Yes, they moved a little bit. They're jumping. They're not crossing the line of scrimmage, but that hard count has them off kilter a little bit, Joe. They're taking their time with the shot, with the play clock. Currents with the Brown behind them in a pistol formation. They'll move him to the right. Currents going to the air. He's going to go to the right. He may keep this. Oh, what a move. Currents, touchdown. South Point, strike up. The Stallions fights on. Palmetto Bell touchdown. Let Currents cook, and he is in the kitchen early.
Not much you can say to that to add to what you just said, Stacy. I mean, he just, once he realized that he had a better chance with his feet. You watch it right here. He scrambles out to the right. Once the first option doesn't have it, he decides, okay, I'm gonna take this to the house. How many white jerseys were there that he just made miss on his way to the end zone?
That's way too easy. Hands to the sky. Extra point is good. Lawson Miller converts, and we'll step away. 7-0. South Point looking dominant on the open drive. 4A championship game from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
If you've been dreaming of a getaway, Columbia welcomes you to the heart of South Carolina. Here, you can expect award-winning restaurants on the same block as Hidden Gems, peaceful riverside strolls alongside rushing whitewater rapids, and days packed with world-class attractions and roaring crowds. This capital city is full of experiences just waiting to be made into your favorite memories. Plan your trip today at experiencecolumbiasc.com.
It's time to experience Columbia, South Carolina, a standout destination in the Southeast where everyone truly belongs.
We are much more than our state's capital and home to the University of South Carolina. We are a diverse, growing city with incredible art and history around every corner.
You may even see a few painters set up on a street corner capturing all the city's sights and sounds.
But no matter your passion, Columbia is the perfect location. Take a chance by calling it home, even if just for a day.
Welcome back to action, folks. For a title game, South Florence, and South Point made an exclamation point on that opening drive. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley here on the call with you. And kickoff following that dominant drive is brought to you by Preferred Appliance, your trusted appliance sales and repair experts. Joe, I hate it's early to say this, but South Florence with their first possession has to make a statement right here to match that.
They really do. They've got to try to answer this. South Point just took that and made it look easy. We'll see the drive stats here momentarily, but I mean, that was an impressive march by the Stallions to start this football game.
Very impressive. Kicks caught at the 10. It wasn't a long kick. Trying to middle outside, maybe a chance out there. Just red jerseys converge and shut that down. The ball at the 23-yard line for South Florence, and Messiah Jackson, talented quarterback, have a chance to answer here. Take a look, Joe.
Yeah, it just gets across the 20, which is fine, and then he gets hit and dropped up there. KJ Berg was in on the stop, special teams.
Maury Reeves, senior defensive back on the return. There's A talented young man in his own right, Messiah Jackson, Shrine Bowler.
Yep. Big numbers, too, for him this season.
Absolutely. He can get it done, so they're going to have to do all they can. This game could be high scoring. And we'll see if either one of these defensive lines can make a statement. South Pointe's up first to get a stop. And they get one. Either no gain or a gain of a yard on that play right there. Good job up front. Let's take a look at our scoring summary brought to you by Palmetto Pride, Joe.
There you go, 9 plays, 80 yards. All on the ground, too, and it was Currents, 13 yards on the running play to score.
So that's 0 by Current. Look at an occurrence. That was an occurrence right there. Palmetto Pride, keeping South Carolina beautiful as the state's anti-litter organization.
Check out one pass play on that.
That's right.
Pride.
Sure,
3-yard pass and everything else on the ground.
That crossing pattern. Second down and call it 9. Oh, back. Here we go. Messiah Jackson. Check that. He got on the sideline. Messiah Jackson. They said he went out of bounds. Oh, they going to say he went out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Joe, he could have taken that to the house.
The Messiah was on his way to the promised land, Stacy, but he stepped out of bounds right here. It's a great block. You see it right there at the point of attack. You see him break the line of scrimmage, and there he goes. But
right
there it
there.
is. Yep, great camera work. You see it.
Like he was running on water there for a second. But he got a little sideline right there. Listen, I'm going to stay away from that. Listen, Messiah, I'm not messing with your names.
There you go. He's on his way. But that's still a great game there for South Florence. You're going to get South Pointe offside here, it looks like.
It looks, so now the momentum trying to shift now. That's the way you answer, though. They hit him with a lightning bolt to start the game. South Pointe did now with the clean feed. Tim Pettit, our referee. We'll give you the officials in a moment.
35 yards on that run officially.
That's a 1-800-GOT jump first down for the Bruins. Look at that Adventure Children's Museum starting lineup for South Florence. But Jackson, you saw that big run. James, the running back, tight end, James also. Wide receivers, Robinson, Perkins, and Tyner with live action. We'll finish that for you in a minute. Nowhere to go on that play. It just deluge of Stallions. Let's give 33 some love that broke in there. Bryson Ginn, the senior linebacker.
They call him Southside Thor.
That's right. He got the Thor hair. The rest of that lineup, the offensive line for South Florence, Mason, Sansbury, Thayer, Jenwright, and Cash. That's a good group as well. Got size and good footwork there as well. And you saw it in action when they opened a gaping hole up for Messiah Jackson on that big run. But Southside Thor shut that last play down. 33 Ginn. Nice room up to the right. Thought he was going to bring it to the right, Joe. He has some room to the right, but it's easy for me to say up here. Adventure Children's Museum defensive starters for South Pointe are as follows. Tillman, Ginn just made that tackle. Wilson is a good one. Lumpkin, the D-line linebackers, Evansburg, Currents, leads the secondary. Currents, Watkins, Wary, Gordon Miles, and Judge. Caden Watkins is a good one to watch, number 8. He's a junior transferred over from Rock Hill. His dad, Tony Watkins, an outstanding safety for the Gamecocks back in the day. Good dude, just an all-around good dude as well. Caden Watkins, one to watch in that secondary as well. But Currents, how often do you see that? You're starting quarterback, one of your leading defensive backs as well.
Has 81 tackles on the season.
Yes, he plays a very physical brand of football on both sides. Oh, good job up front line. I don't know what happened right there. I thought it played had a little potential there. That's a big tackle by 53. Miles Wilson, I believe he's a South Carolina State commit.
Well, it was a two-man route. You had guys on either side, and neither one were open. And Jackson just had no time to throw it. Got great pressure by the Stallions up front, and when there was nothing down the field, Stallions shut that down, got the sack.
Shut it down like a fire marshal at a frat house party.
There you go, with 5:22 in the first quarter.
There you go, there it is.
There it is.
Down. Please go home, please disperse. He shut that whole party down, and now negative yards. They're behind the sticks on 4th down, according to the chains over there. It says 4th and 12, and it looks like they're going for it, or they're going to bluff them, Joe, here, try to draw them off sides.
4th and 12, I think they're going to take a timeout.
Yeah.
Harlow's going to talk about this.
I want to think about that one, a little taste. We'll step away with them, folks. 5:02 has been action-packed here in Orangeburg. The 4A championship battle, South Florence, South Pointe. Come on back.
Hi, come on in.
Hi.
Okay, let's start by watching a short video.
Pills, it's really easy to get.
It's scary. I knew a guy who died of an overdose.
I took a pill from a friend. Stuff can kill you.
This kid died.
Mess them up. Laced with fentanyl.
He just took one pill.
I love my mom. I don't want her to worry.
back in, folks. We're having all kind of fun here in the 4A championship game. South Pointe, South Florence, trading blows. Stacey Huff, Joe Cash, and Claire Foley. And stay tuned for the Foundation Solutions halftime report. Please and thank you. We'll have a special interview with the South Carolina High School League, first half highlights, and more. All coming up on the Foundation Solutions halftime report. South Florence Joe trying to answer that dominating looking drive by South Pointe.
And it was dominating. If you want to see or point to any sort of point of reference common to these two teams this year, it's Northwestern. If you watched Northwestern last night, you saw how good they were. South Pointe beat Northwestern earlier this season, and Northwestern beat South Florence not long after that. So now it looks like the Bruins will think better of it and punt.
Yes, Jackson is the punter. Almost a little late pressure on that punt. It's almost got a hand on it. It's going to take a South Florence bounce inside the 15-yard line. It'll be down at about the 13-yard line, and that's where Currents. That's where Xavier Currents, Gatorade Player of the Year, just led his team on an impressive drive and scored himself. They'll take over a potent offense for South Pointe. You mentioned that frame of reference with Northwestern, who, by the way, just got themselves a chip last night, back-to-back, for the Trojans of Northwestern.
That was amazing. I mean, Irmo is a tremendous football team. They are really good. Aaron Brand has done a great job there, but my goodness.
Yes, Northwestern just the better team.
Yep.
A little traffic in there. Good surge that time by South Florence. They did a better job that time getting into the backfield and disrupting that play. Still going to be a gain of about 2.5 for Brown.
Miles Johnson did a good job. He didn't make the tackle, but he got the initial penetration, which kind of slowed that up a little bit.
Absolutely true. South Florence on their roster, they have the word relentless, hashtag relentless. They're going to need relentless effort. Trailing by 7 here. They need to get that ball back for their offense. South Pointe was barely slowed down in that last drive, or the first drive of the ball game. In a fast-moving first quarter, folks, we had the 4-minute mark. And only our third possession of the game, second for South Pointe. Looking to pass now over the middle. Currents, good job that time. Might have tripped over his own man, but good job being on the spot there from 23, Marquez McKithen, a senior.
This is a better defensive sequence for the Bruins. You'll see McKithen right here again. He's able to get penetration straight up the field.
Absolutely.
And he's able to get in there and just completely disrupt that play. Kind of made one of the South Pointe offensive linemen a misstep right there, kind of pushed him back. And well, this is an opportunity the Bruins have to take advantage, get South Pointe off the field.
Got to take advantage of it right here. You're right. 3rd and 12, clear passing situation. Defensive back's going to be on alert. They haven't had a long passing play for South Pointe. They need one here. It's going to be a flag down. Probably going to be a hold. Current still keeping this play alive, just kicking away from people. 2 flags, I think, now. It's flagged down. It's going to be a hold, I think, early on. So they're going to, they may decline this, Joe. That kid is talented, man.
I mean, did you see a lot of that, Stacey? I mean, he got sacked for about a 4-yard loss.
And it could have been, could have got him twice, right? Twice. What is that gesture right there? So they're going to decline the penalty, but we'll give you the officials here in just a moment.
What Tim Pettit has to say.
Yes. Mr. Pettit. He's got to turn that mic on, but
illegal contact or something.
Yeah, take a look at it, Joe. Talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, just watch Currents here. I mean, you're going to get the penalty. Watch him right there. One man miss. Watch him spin away from this guy. Makes this guy miss. Makes him miss. Goodness. And finally they get to him. But it's a great job by South Florence, though, not to take away from them, because they did a good job to get them 3 downs and out.
Punt from the end zone is never good, so South Florence wins the field position battle, and they're going to start their next possession at the 43-yard line, still trying to answer. Their defense looked a lot more like South Florence on that drive. Let's talk about some of our officials. Tim Pettit is our referee. The umpire is John Peak, and linesman Jay Tayo. The line judge Bill Latini. The back judge Joshua Johnson. The field judge Lewis Bowles. Side judge Kent Williams. The ECO is Greg Seymour, and the PCO is Sterling Cox. Outstanding crew. The referees have to be graded during the year as well to have the right to work these championship games. And these are high-level officials as well. They're graded throughout the season to earn this right.
The electronic and play clock operators.
Yeah, that's what the ECO is. Yep. ECO is electronic clock. Play clock is the PCO. Thanks for breaking that down, Joe. I was going to take a stab at it. That was a no gain right there. Let's take a little guess. That was Jackson with no gain, and now we're settling down. That's 53 again. That's the second big tackle he's made there.
Miles Wilson. He's a load in there, Stacy. See him right there.
Playing on his future field. He'll be a South Carolina State Bulldog next year, folks. So Bulldog fans watching, 53 is your guy.
Yep.
He's home now. So this game and his next game will be right here. But now they're settling down now with both defensive lines starting to look a little, both of them came in with, highly touted interior line play. High snap a little bit. It's on the ground. That ball hit the ground. I think he got it back. That ball bounced off the turf, and he fell on it. That was a fortuitous bounce.
What did you call it yesterday?
A candy hop.
There you go.
That's the candy. I came right to it, baby. Let's watch the ball. Watch it. Came right back to his chest.
Well, this is very fortunate for the Bruins.
Right there. So
never really got it at the mesh point.
It came right to it. That's the only place he could go. He could have got it. When you play second base or shortstop, you want that candy hop if you're going to turn two, man. Everybody looks good on the candy hop. In between us, you get those errors.
Very, very fortuitous bounce there.
Absolutely. Third down and 9.5, just short of 10 yards. Messiah Jackson looking to throw. He has two men down the route. One crossing, well covered. Going to be a battle for the ball. And caught. Intercepted, number 2. South Florence, that is C.J. Wary. Remember a guy named Devin Wary came out of South Pointe down the road back in the day. Devin Wary was a guy back in the day. DJ Wary, it might be a relative. Look at this play.
One-on-one, he gets time. He rolls out to the right, throws a deep ball down to the end zone. He wanted Malik Robinson, the junior wide receiver, but you watch the pick right here. This is just good ball skills, too. I watch. He's playing it all the way, goes up and high points the ball. C.J. Wary, the senior defensive back. And that's a big stop for South Pointe after South Florence took over in great field position.
C.J. Wary, that name Wary, that's it, rings out at South Pointe. That was maybe one of our nominees for defensive player of the game. Ball's at the 20 on the touchback interception. R.J. Brown in a lot of traffic. Good job for South Florence gumming that up. But what a heartbreaking play. You have your best drive of the game. I know it's early, but late in the first quarter, it looked like you're going for pay dirt, and just athlete on athlete, Wary won the battle. And look at the right wrist of Zero Currents right there. That's a Gamecock wristband on his right wrist, on both wrists. So that's a good sign. Of course, he already signed the papers, but this kid can play SEC ball. We know he got potential. Brown with a decent gain that time. He's going to make up third and short now. He's about 2 yards short.
Good stop by Wardell Brew, the linebacker, the sophomore, just a youngster, just a 10th grader. Once again, South Florence has a chance to get a stop and get off the field.
Both teams, again, have talented seniors and good underclassmen coming up to keep these programs where they are. These programs to watch each and every season here. Let's see if they keep it on the ground. Harris has been hard to stop when he runs as a quarterback. He's going to run it right here. He's going to try the right side. He gets enough to move the sticks. Just a good surge on the right side. He's a big kid. Again, a 6'4" kid. It's going to be a 1-800 GAT jump first down, and that'll be our last first down of the first quarter, it looks like, because we have about one more play left. They're going to let the clock tick down, I think, and we'll have one in the books, Joe. They don't have to snap it here. They may, but they don't have to snap it. And they're not going to. So we have one chapter of a 4-chapter story in the books. We'll step away from Orangeburg, South Carolina, Oliver C. Dawson Stadium. The 4A title game, South Pointe 7, South Florence 0.
Hi, Mom.
I've got an invisible junk pile.
How do you know?
When my friends saw it, I could see it.
Other people can always see them.
Can you make it disappear?
All you have to do is point, Mom.
It's gone.
Save $55 on junk removal. Book today.
We were tired of our old bathroom, but we thought remodeling was overwhelming and expensive.
And that's when we found Palmetto Bath. They brought their showroom to us with their no-pressure design consultation, making designing our new shower easy and fun.
And their employee installer was professional and efficient. He took out our old tub and put in a new walk-in shower. Thanks to Palmetto Bath, we got the shower of our dreams at a price we could afford.
Call today for your free consultation and tell them Megan sent you.
friends saw it, I could see it.
Other people can always see them.
Can you make it disappear?
All you have to do is point, Mom.
It's gone.
Save $55 on junk removal. Book today.
Folks, here, time now to take a look at our Jim Hudson Automotive stats for today's game. Jim Hudson Automotive, experience it once and you will never forget it. What does it look like to you, Joe Cashin?
All South Point so far. We had that one pass we talked about in South Point's opening touchdown drive. They've done most of their damage, if not all of it, there on the ground. 82 rush yards, 86 total for the first quarter, just 28 total yards for South Florence. But they're still very much in this ballgame. Obviously, only 12 minutes in at 7-0. But I think this is a critical defensive possession here for South Florence. Get them off the field, get South Point off the field if they can.
That's what we're looking at right now. And I'll tell you what, I think a lot of momentum is in the balance right now. South Point looked so dominant that first drive, and South Florence is kind of steadying things a little bit. They're trying to get a stop here. Look at up top. This is going to be a big play. He is wide open. He put a lot of air into that, and that's going to be a flag right there. He floated it a little high. Curtis put a lot of air in it, intended for number 14, and this just got too much contact on the coverage. Josiah Hollis was the intended receiver, but he was hit when the ball was in the area.
And if you're Amari Reeves, you got to make a play on the ball. I mean, we saw C.J. Wary make a play on the ball for South Point when he came up with the interception.
Not the man.
Reeves right there, never turn around and look for the ball. So I think that's a fairly easy call.
Easy call, Joe. Easy work for a referee. But yet, there's a conversation. We'll get the call here. We got a clean feed. Turn that thing on. Let's go.
Pass interference on the defense. Results in a first down.
15-yarder. Take a look at it, Joe.
You see it here. Curran's back has all day to throw it. He's just going to load up and fire it out to the left. And yeah, you got to be able to turn and make a play on the ball right there.
Absolutely.
There's never a look at it. Just kind of jumps into the receiver well before the ball gets there.
And you know, adrenaline being what it is, I guess, he wanted to do something. He just got to bide your time and time it a little better. The ball was available, I think, too.
Yeah.
Had too much air in it. R.J. Brown trying the left side. He has room and blockers on the left side. Across the 40. This could go across the 20. Across the 10. It is a touchdown. Stallions strike up the South Point fight song once again. They are lighting up the board early in the game, and a Palmetto Bath touchdown once again. R.J. Brown to the green of the end zone. Joe, talk about this play. What blocking on the left side? Watch
Brown, though, as he pops this to the outside. He's going to turn the corner, gets a couple of great blocks right there, and then you got a couple of guys with angles. All of a sudden, they don't have angles. He just outruns them. I mean, he's picking them up and putting them down. That's an impressive 53-yard touchdown run. R.J. Brown to the house.
Man, I tell you what, that's a strong-looking play right there. Will block. Hollis blocked two guys as wide receiver. Hands to the sky. Will step away. 14 Stallions, 0 Bruins for a heavyweight battle. Come on back. This is going to be a good one, folks.
After fire, water, or storm damage, it can feel like the heart of the season is lost. But for more than 50 years, A&I Fire and Water Restoration has helped families across the Carolinas reclaim life's most important moments. Because coming home isn't just about walls and floors, it's about memories and traditions. A&I Fire and Water Restoration, restoring more than property, restoring the moments that matter most. You can rely on A&I.
Feeling disconnected?
That's it. We're unplugging, we're going to Adventure.
Adventure invites you to unplug from the digital world and plug in to quality time with your family. Get your family's heads out of their phones and into vibrant, hands-on discovery, creativity, and immersive play to spark their imagination. Disconnect the devices and reconnect with your family and adventure today.
On an overcast day here in Orangeburg, South Carolina State University campus, Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, your site for the SCHSL Championships, brought to you by A&I Fire and Water Restoration, folks. I want to tell you that halftime is going to be really good for you. Foundation Solutions halftime report coming up. We'll have a special interview with the South Carolina High School League, first half highlights, and more, all coming up on the Foundation Solutions halftime report. And it's been all South Point on the scoreboard. 2 really good drives. That last one culminating in a long run. We'll share more information with you in a moment. But, Joe, South Florence has to do something to respond now. Kickoff coming up, brought to you by Preferred Appliance. South Pointe kicking off left to right on your screen. And a shortish kick. Has some room on the left side, trying to get through that. That gate got closed. Nice physical tackle that time by number 6, KG Berg, while we're here in the Berg of South Carolina, Oberg. Talk about it.
Yeah, you see the kickoff return right here. Gets to about the 23, and that's going to be about all, maybe the 24. Good special teams here by the Stallions to stop that. I heard Jason Patterson talking a couple of times last night about teams that need a drive, not necessarily have to have one, but need it. This is a need drive, I think, for South Florence. As you see, the South Pointe scoring drive there covered 80 yards, took only 4 plays in the 53-yard run by R.J. Brown.
Flag is going to stop this next play, and that scoring summary, of course, is always brought to you by Palmetto Pride.
False start on the offense.
False start on South
Go first.
Palmetto Pride keeping South Carolina beautiful as the state's anti-litter organization. Appreciate the work they do, and that's not what you need. South Florence trying to respond. They've taken 2 heavy blows, Joe.
They have.
And I think everybody in the stadium, including the players themselves, know they got to do something right here because the momentum is coming downhill.
And now South Pointe just gave it right back to them.
Yeah. Dead ball.
53 encroached that time.
Go first down.
That's our guy, Miles Wilson, I believe it is, that jumped right there. And I mean, you know what? He's been in the backfield so much, though. He just can't wait to get back there. He's got to hold a beat. That's Coach Bobby Collins right there. He played his college ball, I believe, here at South Carolina State as well. So he's coming home.
Looking to be the 4th South Pointe head coach to win a championship. All 3 previous head coaches have won state championships, and he would be the 4th head coach to do it. How amazing is that in less than 20 seasons?
Absolutely.
They've been in existence.
Yeah, that school has been dominant out the gate. I think they got a couple Hall of Famers that have come out. I think the next Gamecock to go in the Hall is going to be Stephon Gilmore. Off the right side. It's going to be a first down run. That is a beautiful job blocking on that right side and a great run. Cameron James, the junior running back, looking really quick around that corner. Joe, talk about it.
James looked good right here as he pops it to the outside. Let's give credit Luke Thayer, Travis Sansbury, Josiah Mason, Ethan Cash, and Jerry Jenwright. Those 5 up front for South Pointe, or South Florence rather. They finally get something on South Pointe's defense. Good start.
Stewart Law Offices, first down. One moment could change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today. And you just saw the next play there. Not a lot going on right there. We have moments in this game where both lines look impenetrable. Then we have gashing plays right after that. So it's a battle right now to carving out turf. And we got a timeout called. Who still called that? I believe it's
South Pointe.
South Pointe called that timeout.
Interesting, baby. After a 1-yard pickup on first down, they're going to stop it and talk to Bobby Collins and see what they want to do on second down. But kind of get a feeling like yesterday, Stacy, when we did the 3A game between Oceanside Collegiate and Belton Honeypath. There was a point in the first half where it kind of really felt like things were going Oceanside's way.
Let's take a look. Let's update what we've had going on right now. This is game 4 of the 6-game slate right here. Talk about it, Joe.
Yeah, but obviously the one we were just talking about, alluded to, Oceanside Collegiate wins 28-7 over Belton Honeypath. Then the 1A game, Bamberg Earhart looked awfully impressive, 35-21 over Lamar. And then what we talked about a little bit earlier, Northwestern, 49-6 at halftime. They go on to a 55-13 win over Irmo. That's a tremendous Irmo team. But Paige Wofford at Northwestern. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see Northwestern match up against the Dutch Fork Somerville winner, or maybe the winner of this one, right? In just an extra game you play next week to find out. I mean, that Northwestern team was unbelievable last night.
Yeah, we'll show up and call it if they do it. But yeah, it's going to be mythological. We have to argue about it. High snap and a give, and just not a lot moving in that middle of that defense for the Stallions. They're real stout in there. And it's going to bring up third down and long. It's going to put Messiah Jackson in a assumed passing situation here.
Yeah, I'm talking about a mythical game like that. South Pointe's kind of waving their hand. And as I mentioned earlier, hey, we beat Northwestern earlier. I mean, that is an impressive point. We beat that team earlier this year. So
and they've handled some. I think they might have beaten Oceanside as well, I believe. It's just another team in the playoffs that they did beat. I might have it wrong. They beat another team that's down here this weekend. So South Pointe has put they put quite a resume together.
They have.
Messiah Jackson's going to go back in the pocket. He just overshot everybody. Oh, and it's caught. Currents Currents got the interception. I thought it was over everybody. Currents caught it, but it's a flag in the backfield. Might be roughing the passer, Joe. He got popped. I tell you, Messiah Jackson took a shot after throwing at it. But it's a flag on the secondary and thrown from the back judge. I'm sorry.
There's a lot of things that happen here,
yeah.
Stacy, that have to be unpacked after all of this. I mean, you have the pick by Currents.
Man, that was quite a catch.
He just kind of went whoop, reached out, grabbed that football, and then you had something in the backfield. Then the penalty down around the 48-yard line, and Tim Pettit right now is trying to get it all sorted out.
By body language, I'm thinking they may nullify that interception. Yes, here comes the white hat Pettit. Yeah, it's on.
Holding on the defense. That's going to result in the first yard.
That's the first, and that's a 15-yarder. It looks like ball's at the 46-yard line. That is a break for South Florence. That was the interception. Yeah, man, that's going to be
that down, Stacy. Yeah. I mean, that could have been a game changer right there. South Point getting the ball back with a 2-score lead. As it is, the Bruins are able to keep it. Maybe be able to put something together here.
Stewart Law Officer's first down on that penalty right there. That gets a momentum shift here. That's James up the middle. Oh, he had something popping, and then he got popped. And strong leg drive by the junior running back to get a couple more yards. That's a great run, staying low, but he took a shot in the hole that time.
That's 6 tough yards by James right here. You see a pretty good block.
Ooh, that was Currents, too. Good gracious.
Yep. Give credit in there for a block also. Bruce Thompson, the H-back, threw a block in there to kind of free that up. I think give him 5 yards. Now, that's 5 tough yards the hard way.
Yeah, Currents came in and loaded the boom. I'm old school. My quarterback laying the wood in there like that. I'm like, man, stay healthy, but those young guys don't care. That's Currents again on the tackle, but a first down. Great job on the right side. And James is heating up a little bit as a runner now. Currents rode him down, but it's going to be enough for a first down. Another Stewart Law Officer's first down for South Florence. They got something cooking. Now watch this. Currents rides his back right here, but
a good lead block by Travis Sansbury, who pulled and got a good lead block to get James that first down. And this is what South Florence had to have right here. Something to answer those 2 South Point scores. Still a lot of time to go in this game, and I think they need to answer here.
They got what they need. They got to score at the end of this, though.
Yes.
Because the last time they were coming downhill like this, that pick stopped the momentum. They got to close it off this time, finish it up. 13 with the carry. Had a fumble that came back in his arms last time. That's too much. That's going to be a penalty. Too much extracurricular. That's going to be unnecessary roughness, a personal foul, however they're going to term it. That's going to be a guaranteed first down given now to South Florence. Too much activity after that whistle.
South Point's got to maintain their discipline here. They had the stop, and then it's got a little too frisky with that.
Yeah, they had McLaughlin bottled up for really a no gain. And
yeah, they didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Dead ball.
Yep.
15
yards.
First down.
That's the big joker, the 15-yarder. That's the big joker right there. Watch this at the end here. They had him bottled up.
This play's going nowhere, and so this play is over.
It's too much.
Yeah.
Got to know when to say when.
Yep.
So the whistle's blowing right about now. So anything after that that's way too much.
You'll get another timeout by South Point.
Yeah. 9 minutes, 9 seconds left in the half. The first half first quarter kind of flew by. This second quarter's a little slower. Helped by 2 timeouts and a couple penalties. There's Coach Collins right there on your screen, trying to get his first chip. This team is loaded, though. Both of these teams have a lot of talent. I think South Point has about 23 kids that either have D1 offers or D1 interest. A lot of those are a couple of those are P4 interests as well.
These 2 teams have played recently in regular season play. 2021, 22, and 23. South Florence won 2 of those 3 matchups. And again, South Florence looking for their 3rd title in 4 years. And they've had a run of headline-making players, haven't they, Stacey?
Oh, man.
Sellers.
Sellers' brother, Lenoris. I called his championship game. I think it might have been you and I. No, it was me and Jason Patterson. 3 years ago, we had Lenoris Sellers when he was just the most dominant player in the building. His senior year when they won the chip, and his brother Jaden came through. They had a defensive lineman. They ended up playing at Clemson. His name escapes you now, but they put out some really good players over the last few years. So they still load. This team here is loaded. They have a lot of college offers on this roster as well. Trying to answer, as you mentioned, Joe, this is a big drive, 9:09 left in the first half. They love to touch the scoreboard here with 7. Delayed run, quarterback draw that time. Messiah Jackson submarined after he crossed the 25-yard line. It's going to be second down and very manageable.
Darian Judge issuing his verdict right there with the stop, Stacy.
Issuing his verdict, I like it.
After he was about the last line of defense back there, too, if he makes Judge miss.
Yes. Aaron Judge, a senior. Ball's at the 24-yard line. Empty backfield. There's nobody back there with Jackson, so either he's going to run it or he's going to throw it here. There's no running back there with him. 2 wides to the left, 1 to the top of your screen. He's going to throw it to the right, the slant, and caught by the wrong team. He gets a block on the side here. He has some room. He didn't get the block, but he made a man miss. What an interception, athletic play by Caden Watkins. I talked about this kid, Daddy Tony Watkins, smiling right now, former Gamecock. Caden Watkins, the junior, Joe. There's a little bit of everything for this team, and that's just an athlete making an athletic play.
He had leverage and jumped the slant coming in from the right. You'll see it here in just a second. Watkins, just great positioning as here's Jackson. He just wants to throw that slant and watch that jump. Watch that anticipation right there. Great by Watkins. He's able to make the second interception for the Stallions defense here in this first half.
So Experience, let's take a look at it one more time. Experience Columbia, stop at the game nominee right there. Experience Columbia, make new memories with friends and family in Columbia, the heart of South Carolina. And I said last time, you got to finish those drives with points, and both times they would cross midfield, a pick happened. Oh, 2 really good plays by defensive backs. R.J. Brown, the left side, and just churning, refusing to go down. He made that into possibly a first down. If he doesn't have it, it's going to be measurably short.
Not so sure that ball might have been tipped a little bit too, as it kind of took a funny flight halfway to the wide out. And but I'll tell you, that was a tremendous play.
They're going to move.
See it here. Yeah. Let's see if this ball.
Yep. You're not going to say it was tipped.
I think it was, because it went right through the. Yeah. And it looked like Bryson again kind of got in the way of that pass.
Brown again, back-to-back plays. Stewart Law Office's first down. A 10-yard run followed by an 11-yard run. Back-to-back plays. 2 Stewart Law Office's first down runs. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today. Take a look right here again to the left side of that line.
This offensive line is just, they're road grading right now, Stacy. I mean, they're getting what they want in the ground game. Great blocking up there.
Brings up another first down there across midfield. Now they in business to do business, and Currents is dangerous back there. Tell you what, R.J. Brown, 3 carries in a row. This time they bottled him up for a gain of about 3. But I mean, you got to be impressed with his running, but the offensive line as well, because he's not getting touched sometimes to the second level. That time they got him on the first level.
That's okay though. If you're South Point, you'll take a 3-yard pickup. Not a problem. They're winning the battles at the line of scrimmage.
And that's something that's got to be fixed, though, if you're South Florence. You got a chance in this game. You got to make some adjustments, whatever you got to do, run blitz or something, because they're getting too many yards. Now the backup running back's in, and he's going to keep turning his legs, and he keeps pushing the pile. He's going to get the ball up to the 40-yard line. That's 28. Rashawn Brown, a freshman. Look at the guns on him. That's a ninth grader.
Wow. He looks good, doesn't he, physically?
Yeah, he looks the part. That's a ninth grader, folks.
Goodness.
Get some grown man biceps on him right there. Good strong run. He stays in the game to the right of Currents. Somebody once said, and I've repeated it over the years, good programs don't graduate.
Well, they don't.
It's always another group coming through.
You're just reloading.
You're reloading, man.
You don't rebuild.
Oh, this is going to be a big play. Smart play by Currents, falling up. Didn't try to pick it up. That's going to be a huge loss on a bad snap. And that's one thing that can slow him down right there. Self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah, that's not what you're looking for if you're Bobby Collins in South Point. It's a break for South Florence. The snap just low and to the left, and Currents had no chance but to go back and follow on that.
That's a senior play right there, though.
Yeah.
Just possession of the ball. You don't need to help them. Just maintain possession of the ball. That's all you got to do right there.
You don't need to be a hero.
No.
You've got a 2-score lead, things going your way. Don't try to be a hero and make something that's not there.
And that's something a guy can do when your self-esteem is good and you know you got hero plays you're going to make anyway, so you don't need to make that one and try to go for everything. That's a sophomore quarterback might not do that. A little pressure on the kick, not a lot, but a little pressure, and the ball's going to bounce out of bounds at the 30-yard line, and we'll step away, folks. 5:27 left in the first half. South Point 14, South Florence 0, crowning a 4A state champion right here in Orangeburg today.
The thing that makes me happy about my job is when I can look someone at the eye at the end of the case and know that I have made them happy, that I've helped them at a difficult point in their life. We've handled thousands of accident-related cases from settlement to trial. If you give us a call, we're gonna get on the phone with you. If we need to drive somewhere to meet with you to make your life easier, we're gonna drive out there and meet with you. You're the person who's been in the accident, you're the person that needs help, and at the Stewart Law Offices, we're gonna go out of our way to help you.
Welcome back in, folks. South Carolina High School League Weekend of Champions 4A matchup, South Florence, South Pointe. Broadcast brought to you by A&I Fire and Water Restoration. And of course, stay tuned for the entirety of today's game, and we'll select our Stanley Law Group Player of the Game. Stanley Law Group, your injury law professionals. Visit thestanleylawgroup.com today. Shout out to them for their sponsorship. Glad to have you with us, folks. Overcast day. We'll sit back and relax and watch this good action. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin High in the booth here at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, and Claire Foley doing her usual outstanding job down on the sidelines. We'll hear more from her a little later on. Matter of fact, here at halftime for sure. South Florence needing an answer in the worst way, Joe. Ball at the 30-yard line.
Still plenty of time in the second quarter, and they won the toss and deferred, so score here would be
James around the left side. They stretch him out. You know what? He stretched him out long enough to get help on the way, but that play had a lot of potential. They got 5 anyway, maybe 5.5.
They got James going east and west instead of north and south, and that kind of helped them. That's still a good game. They still picked up 6.
Yeah. And they've done good between the 30s, Joe. They just the 2 turnovers have really hurt them.
Yep. You're not going to beat South Pointe turning the football over.
No, sir. Got to take advantage of every opportunity. Cameron James, a good-looking junior running back. And they're going to empty the backfield again. They're going to this formation quite a bit. They take James and slide him out as a receiver on the left side. He's on the near sideline. 2 receivers to the right of Messiah Jackson. Messiah Jackson, a Shrine Bowl quarterback, talented young man. And there's going to be a timeout call. A little confusion. I think South Florence Bruins take that timeout with 5:17 left to play in the half. Should we talk about
Gotta leave them with 2.
Yeah. And South Pointe has 1 left.
Drew Marlowe right there.
Yeah, I was just told, somebody sent me a text. Rashawn Brown is R.J. Brown's little brother, the 9th grader we talked about.
Okay.
Listed as one of the best 9th graders in the nation. Shout out to my guy Trey Jackson, giving me a little heads up there. Outstanding. He's a sportscaster in the South Carolina area as well. Appreciate that, Trey. And I also want to say shout out to Tyler Cupp. Tyler Cupp has done a great job furnishing us with a lot of information. We prepared for this game. It's all about helping each other out as a community. T-Cup did a great job getting us some information on these programs, especially South Pointe, because he covers the Rock Hill area.
He's up at RHI, and they're broadcasting on radio today.
Absolutely.
So appreciate him. I've known T-Cup for a long time myself.
Same here, yeah, man.
Does a great job.
Absolutely. We've both worked with him, and Trey Jackson worked with him some as well. So it's a community effort out here. T-Cup and I did radio for about 5-6 years together. Wes Mitchell, shout out to my guy Wes Mitchell as well.
Wes is good people.
Yeah, really good people. Going to be up the middle. They're going to try to middle again. They stubbornly try to middle, and South Pointe is stubbornly saying, nah, I don't think so. And that's a big hit that time by 12 in red, Daquan Evans. He's stuck, but they sticking at that, Joe. Watch this hit.
Watch this. I mean, James had a good run on first down, but he tries the middle right there. There's nothing there. Evans is there to fill that gap, fill that hole, and make the tackle.
Put him down 3rd, and you could run here, but they've been going empty set right now. We'll see what they do with Messiah Jackson. Again, they're going empty. 3 wide receivers in the formation. They have not had a lot of success passing the ball in this game. They'll throw a little toss out to the halfback. Got to make a man miss to get the first down. Did not make him miss, and the ball came out. And did they get it before it went out of bounds? I think they may have. If they did, that's South Pointe ball. Oh, they're going to say he didn't get it before the sideline. That ball came out with a good tackle, and Evans couldn't get to it before it went out of bounds. Watch this play. The ball came out late, Joe.
It did come out, and this time a little simple pass out to the flat, just try to make a man miss, get a one-on-one matchup. Boop, there comes the ball, clearly a fumble. Now we see it as it gets to the sideline. I don't think that was controlled on the field of play, and I think the officials are.
Huge break.
Yeah, that was real close. There's Evans.
Yeah.
Evans almost got to it and controlled it before it went out of bounds.
KJ Berg, who's one of the guys under the stop, he actually came late on the stop. The stop was actually made by Darian Judge, but he kicked it. Six kind of nudged it out of bounds.
I think the ball was laying a little bit on the white.
Yeah. They're going to
turf over there, so
they're going to punt it. But that's
a good call.
That's a break that's another break and a fumble
for South Florence.
For South Florence, they put 2 on the turf, and the bounce went their way. Decent punt. They let it hit at a bounce. It's caught, and we'll see. This is Caden Watkins. He's a talented kid. Now he had an interception. Oh my! Look at the footwork though. That's just athlete, man. Caden Watkins had the big interception a few moments ago, and he looked good on that punt return. He returns punts, kicks. He'll run it sometime. They'll throw it to him every now and then, but he's really good defensive back. Transfer over from Rock Hill High School. Only a junior, got offers from a lot of P4s.
Watch the footwork here. You think this turf is a little bit slick out there with all the rain, but he's still able to make a man miss, made another man miss.
Oh, my goodness.
Finally gets taken down. Good field position. This is a huge defensive stand here for South Florence. They're still in the game 14-0. Really can't afford South Pointe to go down and make this 21 right before half.
We're going to take the running back and move him to the right of Currents right here. He gets a modest game right here. We had 344. Shout out to, I got a little microphone here. Shout out to Chestine Humphrey up in the Anderson area. We did Belton Honey Path game yesterday, watching on the channel up there. The statewide broadcast. Shout out to Miss Mama Humphrey.
Short game. Good stop in there. You see Warnell Prue was in there. Terry Gordon was in there.
Listen, those two guys, Gordon and Prue, have been all over the field.
We've called them out a number of times here in this half.
Something to build on. And it's still a 2-score game, so they've held the fort. They've got to get something going on offense. The offense has really not been able to get traction consistently against South Pointe. And Currents, this guy here has been dangerous. He's going to go in the middle. Currents make a man miss here. He might be gone. Currents across the 40. The 35, just a gashing run by Xavion Currents. Let Currents cook again. He enters the kitchen and warms up the pots. It is a first down. Stuart Law officer's first down for South Pointe. Talk about it, Joe.
39-yard run by Currents. This is just a quarterback run all the way. He's taking this now. There's no thought of throwing this football. Let's just let him make some magic happen. Let him cook, as you talked about. Stallions marching.
They made it look too easy. Then we'll give it to R.J. Brown again. He makes a move over the right side, and will look like it wasn't much there. He's going to get about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. And, you know, South Pointe is being very deliberate here. They don't mind. You know, I don't think they mind letting this be the last drive of the half. They're going to take their time.
Well, clock is down to 2:29, 2:28 right now running. So we're down inside of 2.5 minutes. And you're right. I think they'd love to melt this thing all the way down if they can.
That's going to be a flag. They might have made it down too much.
Dead ball. False start.
Oh, a false start. That's how self-inflicted wound. I'm just getting all kind of good info, man. I'm also told R.J. Brown was the point guard of the Lancaster basketball team. I did the championship game and they won the basketball championship. He transferred from Lancaster, and now he's looking really good on that football field. He's a starting point guard on the championship basketball team at Lancaster last year. So I did that.
All kind of intel today.
Man, boy, people watching. Shout out to everybody out there watching and tuning in, like fellow broadcasters out there. 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw over. He thought he had some over the middle, and he's going to break the pocket, and nobody over there to check him. This is going to be an interesting run. He chose to go out of bounds there, but he cut it in. It would have been a little interesting, but he Cadillac his way over to a smooth first down. It's a Stanley Law Group first down inside the red zone. Let me get a double sponsor right here after this highlight.
Wants to throw, then gets a good block in the backfield, and that just springs him. He said, I'm just going to take this on my own.
Just chilling. He's in the Doctor's Implants red zone, empowering people through full mouth dental implants, and also a Stuart Law officer's first down. So Currents has really been doing his thing, but they've been stuck on 14 for a minute. I'm sure they want to change the scoreboard with 1:57 left in the half. And Currents is just going to ease over to the right side. And another gashing run of about 8 yards, Joe. Just looks too easy.
He just goes in behind his fellow Gamecock commit Anthony Baxter on that right side, and Baxter kind of paved the way for that. Picked up 8 easy yards there. And the Bruins really, they're back against the wall here with 1:51 to go in the half.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to throw the ball if you're South Point. They're getting kind of what they want on the ground. Brown to the right of Currents. There's going to be a timeout called.
Got a false start.
False start. Another false start. They're moving too much. That's the thing that stopped this drive.
Dead ball. False start on the offense.
A little confusion on the offensive line.
Yeah.
Well, receiver on this near side over here kind of got a little off balance.
And they have not thrown to receivers much in this ball game.
No.
And they don't a lot of times. They have games where they short passes and a lot of Currents, a lot of Brown. They can catch it. They definitely can block. We saw them with some nice blocking out on the outside on a couple runs. That's Currents on your screen, and folks. We keep saying it. We'll continue to say it. The Gatorade Player of the Year. That's a big deal. I saw him tweeting that and shouting out, you know, how happy he was to win that yesterday.
Also a 4.1 GPA student.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely let's not forget to mention that. That's another penalty on.
That's another false start.
Yeah, South Point is shooting themselves in the foot. Yeah.
We just bragged on Baxter, but I think he got a little.
Offense. Still second down.
A little anxious right there.
Absolutely. And now what this does, for one thing, is it guarantees they're going to keep the ball the rest of the half because they can probably keep it on the ground.
Clock stopped at 1:49 here in the half.
See if they go to the air here. I don't know if they have to do that. I know they definitely want to chew up clock as they try to score. They're going to try to throw it here. Oh, he got hit. That ball's on the ground. They're going to call that an incomplete pass instead of a fumble, but South Point player got on it, but Currents got tattooed.
Well, Willie Kennedy, the linebacker, the senior, you see him right there, 15. He was in there in a flash. Best defensive play we've seen all day. Watch him come on the blitz. Nobody picks him up. Actually, a guy on the outside, too. Give him credit.
40.
Yep. I think it was.
Yeah, see that again.
Had some also some edge pressure. Might have been.
Josh Gant. It was a 40-something. I don't know. Could have been Josh Gant.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got there in a hurry, and that was a big hit. Kearns is a tough kid, but good job, South Florence. They need to stop right here again. He's going up to the end zone right here in the corner. Underthrown, and that's going to be a flag. Yeah, an underthrown pass leads to it. Sometimes there's nothing the defensive back can do. Didn't get his head around, and the receiver did the right thing, worked his way back, Joe, and they got to call it, though.
I have no problem with the call. I'm just, I'm looking at these South Florence defensive backs. You got to turn and make a play. That's an easy. I mean, how many flags did you see over there? I mean, 3 different officials threw the flag.
If I had one, I'd have thrown one too.
That's an easy call to me. I mean, you got to be able to turn. If you're a defender, that ball's coming. You got to turn and make a play. Look at it, do something. I mean.
And now you give them a short field to work with 1:37 to play.
It's going to be depending on what they.
From the 19, that's going to be on the 4-yard. That's a 15-yard penalty. That's a ball's going to be inside the 5, Jim. What are they talking a lot about it? There's a lot of conversation going on. Let's see what they say.
I think it's going to be 3rd and short after this.
Pass interference on the defense. Still 3rd down.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and short here. But watch it here, Stacy. I mean, it's just a jump ball.
Yeah,
the defender's got to be able to turn and make a play. And
you can't play the man. You can't play the man.
That's like you trying to root somebody out of the lane in basketball almost.
Yeah. Chitted from Malik Ratliff, the junior.
Yeah.
You're right. It's going to be 3rd and short. But guess who's going to keep the ball right here? 0. And guess what? It's a touchdown. South Point Stallions easing into the end zone. It's another old Currents. Davion Currents strike up the band for the South Point Stallions. Palmetto Bath touchdown. Gatorade Player of the Year touches the zone one more time. Talk about it, Joe Cat.
Quarterback run all the way. No chance of passing this ball. Gets great blocking up front. Takes it off the right side. No one touches him as he cruises 10 yards into the end zone. And South Point takes a 3-score lead here late in the half.
Man, that looked too easy. In for the extra point. Up. Hands to the sky. Lawson Miller, toe to leather, makes it 21-0. South Point in control. 1:31 left to play in the half. He has 10 rushing attempts for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns, Joe. Spectacular.
You know, he was everything that we built him up to be in the opening of the broadcast today. A finalist for Mr. Football, the Gatorade Player of the Year in South Carolina, is named yesterday. All sorts of amazing numbers this season as the quarterback, everything of this football team, and obviously going to the University of South Carolina for a reason. Just had an incredible season for the South Pointe team. You look at the South Pointe team, what they've done this year, in their last 8 games, they've outscored their opponents 51-4. And a lot of it, you know, obviously centers around what Zero has done for those Stallions. And now, with 91 seconds to go in the half, South Florence, they're up against it. They'll get the ball first coming out, but if they can put something together, man, this last 131.
It'll be beneficial to them. And I'll tell you what, we're headed for yet another Preferred Appliance kickoff. Preferred Appliance, your trusted appliance sales and repair experts. And kicking off left to right, South Pointe in control, 21-0, kicking off the South Florence in white. I just got to send another tip. I'm getting a lot of good information, right?
You are the conduit of football information.
I was just told by a coach, actually a coach in the area that's from Rock Hill, a coach in the South Carolina area, the Midlands area, told me, and they're going to run this back for the 16. Just a whole host of red jerseys to make that tackle the 23rd. Jay Curran's dad is an original member of the South Pointe coaching staff. He has every ring in the trophy case. So he's a coach's son, and his dad has been a part of every championship they've won over all these years. How about that?
His dad may be adding one here if this keeps up.
There's a drive. There you go. Palmetto Pride.
7 plays, 67 yards. Currents, again, his second touchdown today, 9 yards out on this one. You saw the stats a moment ago, 10 rushes, 86 yards for Currents in this game and 2 scores. And that Palmetto Pride scoring summary tells much of what this first half tells the story. What much of this first half has been. It's been South Pointe's game.
And, you know, we can't say it enough. I'll say it one more time the first half. We may say it in the second half, but South Florence has to answer. You got to get off the mat to make this a ball game. Guess who? 53, my guy, has been in the backfield. He's lived in the backfield like he's wearing a South Florence uniform. Miles Wilson, a South Carolina State signee. Watch him get through the line right here.
Well, Miles with a lot of mileage here today. He's getting his money's worth. He just beats his blocker, and he's able to get that TFL. And
Miles to go before he sleeps.
There we go.
There he is, right there, man. Listen, South Carolina State Bulldogs, you got you one right there now. He's one of them ones.
Played in the Celebration Bowl again today.
Shout out to Chillis Berry and that crew, man, doing it big right here. Willie Jeffries' name on the field. Love that guy. I've enjoyed every conversation I've ever had with the great Willie Jeffries. They're going to try up the middle again, and just nothing moving in there. Gabe McLaughlin, he gets nothing and has to like it. And we get down to our last couple plays, and that's not good now. We got Wilson getting up slow. He's taking his helmet off. That's not a good sign, Joe. In pain.
I hope that's not serious. Just bragging on the big first half he's had. And
he's in
hopefully
pain.
he'll be able to get up and walk this off. 29 seconds to go here in the half.
He's in a lot of pain, man.
Yep.
He's rolling around. He's writhing in pain. They're looking at that left leg, I believe, for Miles Wilson. Yeah, it might be an ankle, but he's in a lot of pain, man. Both teams are going to the sideline. Hope he's okay. You don't want to see any player not be able to finish a game, a championship game, their senior year, the last game, all those good things. And they're getting him up on his feet. Let's see, can he put any pressure on that leg? It doesn't look like he's going to put. He's put a little weight on that left ankle.
They're going to take him all back to the locker room.
Yeah, going to start working. Yeah, look, with every step, he's getting a little bit more of his walk. That's the party walk right there. That's almost the homecoming party walk right there. He almost got his stride back right there. It's coming with every step. Yeah, man, we want to see him back in the game. We want all these players to. When I talk to coaches, Joe, I always end up my conversations with, I wish you good health coming in and good health coming out. Above all else, sportsmanship and these kids to play and be healthy. He's topping like he might want to go back. Let me get back for another snap.
Tell you, if I'm South Pointe, I still have a timeout to burn.
You know what?
I might want my hands on this ball one more time. If I'm Bobby Collins.
Go for the punt block. You have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose?
Nothing to lose. Just go for the punt block. So it's third down. First, they got to stop him on third down, but South Florence has shown no ability to throw it over their heads.
No.
So, you're coming downhill now. The DBs have really won their battles for the Stallions.
And they may not even snap it. They don't have to. The play clock is, the game clock's ahead of the play clock. So that probably was the last play of the half.
Yeah, and they get the ball back to start second half. So they want to just go ahead and regroup and come on back out.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to do. That's going to be 2 quarters in the books, folks. We're halfway home. Crowning a 4A state champion here in Orangeburg, South Carolina State University campus. Willie Jeffries Field at Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium. South Pointe with 3 touchdowns in the books. Currents has looked like we thought Currents would look. Like arguably the best player in the state of South Carolina this season. The Gamecock signee, he's a special talent, man. I'm looking forward to seeing him playing some SEC ball with the ball in his hands. Really special talent, folks. We'll be coming up in a moment with the coach's conversation with the outstanding Claire Foley down on the sideline here in just a moment. A lot of good things coming for you for halftime. We got a lot in store. Game 4 of 6 in the Weekend of Champions, South Carolina High School League. All broadcast brought to you by A&I Fire and Water Restoration. This particular game has been heavily dominated in the first half by South Pointe Stallions. And let's go down to Claire Foley with the coach. What's up, Claire?
Thanks, Coach, and thank you for holding the umbrella for me.
No problem at all.
3 scores to start the game, including on the opening drive. How important was it to get out to a fast start?
That's what we've been preaching all year long. Make sure we have a fast start. Our defense has been doing what they've been doing all year long, shutting people out. So right now, they're a run-based team, so we're trying to force them to be able to throw the ball, to be able to affect our pass rush. So I'm excited for the guys. We got one more half of football we got to play.
Jasavian Currents, you said he makes your job as a coach easy. How's he doing that so far?
Because he's a coach on the field. He plays both sides of the ball. If it's 100 snaps, he's going to play 90, and he puts his teammates first, so he's a fun to watch. He's the best player in the state of South Carolina, so again, he's just fun to watch.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well said. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Coach Collins. We'll step away, folks. 1 half in the book. State 4A title game. South Pointe in control over South Florence, but we have a lot to settle in the second half. Stay with us, folks.
At Palmetto Pride, we know we have a choice. The choice for a cleaner South Carolina. And it's the easy one at that. Don't litter. No grand gestures or heroic efforts here, but the outcome still has monumental impacts. When it comes to our state, every choice counts and every action matters. From the great outdoors to parks next door, from Main Street to your street. All it takes is a little bit of pride to keep South Carolina beautiful.
Playing high school sports have made me a better person, especially with my mental toughness and endurance, and gave me a growth mindset.
High school sports are worth protecting because it gives students an outlet to become what they want to be.
Without high school activities, there is no high school experience. It's those experiences when you go out and you meet people that you're only connected with through your passions is what really makes you become the person that you're going to become.
It's time to experience Columbia, South Carolina, a standout destination in the Southeast where everyone truly belongs.
We are much more than our state's capital and home to the University of South Carolina. We are a diverse, growing city with incredible art and history around every corner.
You may even see a few painters set up on a street corner capturing all the city's sights and sounds.
But no matter your passion, Columbia is the perfect location. Take a chance by calling it home, even if just for a day.
Report. Foundation Solutions. It won't cost you to get a quote from us, but it could save you thousands if you don't. Call today or visit foundationswnc.com.
Hey everybody, thank y'all for tuning in to this state championship high school football game. Joining us today is our good friend all the way from Ingalls Markets, Miss Taylor Newhouse. Taylor, are you loving the game so far?
Absolutely, it's been a fun one to watch.
It has been a fun one to watch. Now, what are you anticipating? An explosive finish, I hope?
We always hope for an explosive finish, but definitely an interesting game.
All right, we got to talk at the end of the game then.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about high school athletics in general, because from what I understand, Ingalls Markets, y'all have had a long-standing and robust partnership, not just with our organization, but the entire community as a whole. Let's talk about the dynamics of that partnership.
Absolutely. We kind of gravitate towards athletics because we feel like it's a great way to reach our communities, but we're with these kids all the way from that first day of elementary school all the way through college. So we're really following them, but athletics is a good way to bring it all together because everyone loves a Friday night football game.
They do indeed, including you and I. That's
Absolutely.
Right. So it sounds like you guys really do bridge that link between academics and athletics. Am I correct to assume that?
Yes, definitely. We're there to support children through their entire educational experience.
Speaking of supporting children, y'all have people who come into y'all stores, they end up working for y'all, people who you go to church with. I mean, this really is a tight-knit community. Is that right?
Absolutely. Ingalls is a beacon in all of our communities, and we love to get people in and out of the store, especially these kids that are working at our stores, our athletes and students in the schools that we support as well.
That's indeed right. Well, Haley, you know what time it is. It's time to get back to some football.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. We'll see you guys next time on Friday Night Rivals.
So, you gonna play this week?
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 You gonna play this
You
week?
gonna play this week? You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
You gonna play this week?
And welcome to the Ingalls Game of the Week as the War Horses square off against the rival.
He's going in.
He's going in. Go, baby!
Ingalls, we're with you every step of the way.
We were tired of our old bathroom, but we thought remodeling was overwhelming and expensive.
And that's when we found Palmetto Bath. They brought their showroom to us with their no-pressure design consultation, making designing our new shower easy and fun.
And their employee installer was professional and efficient. He took out our old tub and put in a new walk-in shower. Thanks to Palmetto Bath, we got the shower of our dreams at a price we could afford.
Call today for your free consultation and tell them Megan sent you.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
Our number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
You're watching the Foundation Solutions Halftime Report. Foundation Solutions. It won't cost you to get a quote from us, but it could save you thousands if you don't. Call today or visit foundationswnc.com.
Welcome back to Oliver C. Dawson Stadium on the campus of South Carolina State University down here in Orangeburg for the 4A State Championships for football. I'm joined now by Amy Boozer, the Associate Commissioner for the South Carolina High School League. Now, it's State Championships for football today, but we recently had the cheerleading State Championships.
Yes, that is right. We had on November 22nd, we had the competitive cheer competitions at the Colonial Life Arena. It was a great day, great event. We changed things last year and doubled up our classifications where we have, like, we started the day with 5A Division II combined with 4A, so we had teams performing every 5 minutes, just high energy. It was a great event. Just really enjoy it, really enjoy it. Those girls put in a lot of hard work outside of what they do here on the sidelines.
Now, new this year is the transfer rule. What can you tell us about that and how that works?
Yeah, so the transfer rule is new this year. There's a lot of misunderstanding about it, and the most important thing to understand is it's not an athletic transfer, it's an academic transfer. So if people read the definition, it talks about when students enroll academically. Then you look to see, will that student have athletic eligibility? Did they get there prior to the first day of practice? Did they enroll before the competition start date? So it's a lot of things that you have to look at to see if the student's going to have eligibility or if there's going to be ineligibility periods that they have to serve. There are some rules that if they come after the competition start date, there's 30 days that they're ineligible, and that's from the first competition of that sport. And there are situations where they could not be eligible for postseason either. So we're all working our ways through it from our office and the schools and helping educate everyone. But again, the main thing is an academic transfer first.
Well, thank you so much for clearing that up, Amy. That's really informative. We'll be back here in Orangeburg for the 4A State Championship, brought to you by the South Carolina High School League.
After fire, water, or storm damage, it can feel like the heart of the season is lost. But for more than 50 years, A&I Fire and Water Restoration has helped families across the Carolinas reclaim life's most important moments. Because coming home isn't just about walls and floors, it's about memories and traditions. A&I Fire and Water Restoration, restoring more than property, restoring the moments that matter most. You can rely on A&I.
They are really the ones who are on the ground and know what their students need better than anyone else.
They protect the fairness and rules of high school sports.
They're here to look out for us. They're here to look out for what we love to do.
Our #1 priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Many people might go on to not play collegiately, but they can take a lot of skills that they learn and use it in their professional life, in their future careers.
There is a direct correlation between how much work you put in and how much you're going to get out of that.
So 21-0, man, we're going to tell the story. The stats and highlights are going to tell it, but it's a rolling picture show we're going to show in a little bit with the highlights of how we got to 21-0. Roll it.
Yeah, we were kind of wondering in this game which team would take the assertive part of this thing and get ahead first. Whose offense would get rolling first. Obviously, it's South Pointe in this when you see Currents as he takes a snap, rolls out to the right here on this play, makes how many guys miss him, and he steps into the end zone for a touchdown right there. 14-yard touchdown. Here comes an interception by South Pointe, too. Great play here on this by C.J. Wary. He goes up one-on-one coverage. He gets up, able to make that play down around the goal line. One of a couple of interceptions at South Pointe. Now watch R.J. Brown here as he just takes a handoff, goes 53 yards. He puts a foot in the ground. That last guy can't get there. R.J. Brown scores. He has some pretty hefty numbers in that first half, too. Here's another interception by that South Pointe defense. Credit Caden Watkins on that one. He's able to jump that slant, able to get in there, make that pick, and watch Currents once again. He had nearly 90 yards rushing in that first half himself. He scores his second touchdown. That one from 10 yards out. Lets the football know it right there at the end. Here are the stats, and all they do is just supplement what we just talked about. All highlights you saw, it's reflected in that right-hand column, South Pointe.
Passing optional.
Yeah, I mean, neither team putting the ball in the air successfully, obviously, but you see that South Pointe rushing attack, 221 yards on the ground. 225 total, just 63 total yards for South Florence. You see the big, the two big turnovers. South Pointe has committed 7 penalties in this game. I'm sure Bobby Collins wants to clean that up at halftime, but they obviously haven't hurt. His team leads 21-0 at halftime.
With that said, it's been a year of great plays all around the nation. Let's take a look at some of our national highlights from the 2025 season.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Ron, nice cut move and a hurdle. He's still on his feet. Are you kidding me? Caleb Ron, touchdown. Oh my goodness, what did he just do?
He will roll right under pressure, still on his feet, trying to find somebody downfield. He's in trouble. He'll throw it to the back of the end zone. A receiver's wide open. Touchdown, McQueen.
Michael Henry got his field goal blocked, caught it, and said, look what I found. Touchdown. In one of the most bizarre football plays you will ever see.
Pressure, throws it downfield to the middle of the field. What a catch, coming up and grabbing the ball.
Oh my goodness. I had no idea it was one-handed that he grabbed that thing and hauled it in.
Another rush, they're gonna throw the screen and it's intercepted. How about the big fella, Akeem Davis? Davis staying on his feet. Look at him go. Davis.
It's like a scrum.
They can't bring him down. Akeem Davis is still moving. At the 30, at the 25, he snuck out of there. Are you kidding me, Akeem Davis? He is in for the touchdown.
55-yard field goal from the left hash. The kick is up, and it is. It's good at the buzzer. Bryant is the hero for the Buccaneers.
When people come to us, they've been injured. They are now dealing with a big insurance company, a big trucking company, a company that, while they may say in their commercials they want to help you, in reality, they're not there to help you. And if we're not there to do it, no one's going to do it. I personally hope you never need our number, but if you do, it may be one of the most important calls you ever make. 1-866-STEWART.
Hi, come on in. Hi. Okay, let's start by watching a short video.
Pills, it's really easy to get. It's scary. I knew a guy who died of an overdose. He took a pill from a friend. Stuff can kill you. This kid died.
Mess them up. Laced with fentanyl.
He just took one pill.
I love my mom. I don't want her to worry.
Playing high school sports have made me a better person, especially with my mental toughness and endurance, and gave me a growth mindset.
High school sports are worth protecting because it gives students an outlet to become what they want to be.
Without high school activities, there is no high school experience. It's those experiences when you go out and you meet people that you're
Welcome back, folks. Before the start of the third quarter, this broadcast brought to you by the A&I Fire and Water Restoration, South Carolina High School League Weekend of Champions 4A state title game. South Florence trail South Pointe 21-0. Stacy Huff, Joe Cashin here high in the press box. Claire Foley down on the field, and she's efforting. We'll grab Coach Marlowe, Dr. Marlowe. He has a PhD. Not a lot of coaches in the area that I know of have PhDs, but Dr. Marlowe the head coach of South Florence. We'll get a moment here with Claire Foley. Let's go down to the sideline with Dr. Marlowe and Claire. What's up?
Coach, you talked to me about the word relentless. How much do you need to see relentlessness in the second half?
We better see it every dang play.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a man of many words in the situation. He's ready to get back to it. And his team has showed the intensity he just showed in that interview, Joe. You agree?
I would agree. He had some words, obviously, for his team at halftime, and not a lot really to say there, but you can't really blame him. No. I mean, he's down 21-0. This is not a situation that South Florence is used to being in. They do have the ball first, obviously, coming out as they won and deferred. Good job by Claire to be able to get something there, but I totally understand where Coach Marlowe is coming from. His team really needs to take this second half, this first possession of the second half, go make something happen, get back in this ball game.
Good job from Claire sticking to it there. And their Preferred Appliance kickoff once again brought to you by Preferred Appliance, your trusted appliance sales and repair experts. Kicking off right to left on your TV screen, and the red tops. South Pointe Stallions up 3 touchdowns, kicking off to South Florence. The Bruins in all whites, fielded at the 9-yard line. Got a lane to the left, and he breaks through across the 30, down to about the 36-yard line. The returner, they come out with a little fire as you would expect them to. I believe that is number 1. I believe that's Jayon Perkins, the return. There it is, number 1. Let's see if they come out with a little charge in them after that locker room talk. Joe, talk about it.
They get some good field position off this. Good blocking there on this kickoff return. Made a couple of would-be tacklers miss, but I think there is a penalty, and this is going to come back a little bit.
Not the start you want. A lot of football left to play. South Florence can get this thing back under control. They have some celebrity alums down on the sideline as well. Holding call by referee.
10-yard penalty, first down, South Florence.
Mr. Pettit, our referee.
Well, that's a killer, too, if you're the Bruins. You had that ball out across the 35 and had really good field position. Now you're back inside the 15.
Yeah, I mentioned celebrity alums down there. We have the Sellers brothers, Linares and Jaden Sellers on the sidelines down there for South Florence, supporting their alma mater. They led to a championship.
Both of them are state champs.
Yeah, Sellers got 2 of them, I believe. Jaden. That's a gain of very little there for Messiah Jackson. At some point, South Florence has to unleash that passing game down the field. That defensive line play is so strong. They got to maybe get some out on the edges, Joe.
You remember Messiah Jackson's first run way back in the first quarter where he had the boundary, the far side, had the sideline. He was going on his way to the end zone and stepped out of bounds. And if he scores right there, this is a totally different ball game. But still time for South Florence, but time is of the essence.
Shotgun snap to Messiah Jackson. He's going to try that middle again, and got a little surge that time, but still going to bring up 3rd down and long. That middle was just not giving much for South Pointe.
Well, we saw it yesterday, Stacy. You see, if your defensive line, you can dominate and clog up things on that offensive line of scrimmage up there. You can really go a long way stopping the other team's rushing attack. We saw Oceanside Collegiate do it to BHP yesterday, and the South Pointe team, they just are stout up front on defense, and they've not let South Florence get anything on the ground today.
Truly, that last tackle by K.J. Berg, a junior, another good-looking underclassman. K.J. Berg, number 6. He's been out there thumping this entire game. They're going to move. They're running back to the right of Jackson, and they're going to roll him to the right. They toss to the running back, and that ball's in the air and caught. Caden Watkins. If he stays in bounds, that is a touchdown. Did it go in? He is in. Hands up. Caden Watkins with the Palmetto Bay touchdown strike up. The South Pointe fight song, his 2nd pick of the ball game.
Off a tip drill, too. Should have been an easy pass to the flat, and that's all they're really looking for, just an easy dump off. You'll see it here. Watch Jackson roll out, just tries to dump the ball off in and out of the hands of James. And, well, there's Watkins once again. You talking about a ball hawk today. Like you said, Stacy, his 2nd pick. He houses this one. Whoop! He's just able to take that tip football and tightrope the boundary, and he's into the end zone. That is a killer for South Florence, but if you're South Pointe, you love it.
Hands to the sky. Lawson Miller for his 4th extra point. That is good. South Pointe in command for a state championship game, folks. Come on back. We're selling champions all day today from Orangeburg, South Carolina.
What was a yardage on?
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Welcome back, folks. Early third quarter action. During the fourth quarter of today's game, we'll be selecting the Bojangles Bash Defensive Player of the Game. The Elite High School Basketball Showcase returns next week to Ridgeview High School in Columbia. The Bojangles Bash features 11 teams competing in 9 games over 3 days, including Jermaine O'Neal's dynamic prep. Tickets and details at bojanglesbash.com. Bojanglesbash.com. Looking forward to announcing those games. I've been blessed to be a part of that tournament all, I guess it's 11 years of the tournament. It's going to be a good time. If you haven't been to a Bojangles Bash game, you need to go check that out. But, Joe, Caden White is having himself a day as a junior. And it's getting, listen, I tell you what, it's getting late early for South Florence. They got to find some answers.
I think that's apropos. I think that's absolutely correct. It is getting late early. It's 28-0 down now. You just had a defensive touchdown against you. Watkins with his second pick today, the third turnover by South Florence.
And that's a preferred appliance kickoff return, kickoff, and the return goes to about the 27-yard line. I don't take credit for that comment. That's a Yogi Berra comment that was famous over the years. A late great Yogi Berra Yankees catcher said it gets late early around here. It's getting late early. This is early fourth quarter, early second half, but down 4 scores to a dominant team like South Pointe. That's a big mountain to climb.
It's a tough road to hoe, that's for sure. You know, well, however you want to put it.
Yeah,
it's a long way back. Well, how the journey is, you know.
It's a tall task.
It's a tall task.
And that's Curtis out there, that defensive back / linebacker. He's manning up. He wants him to pick. He's going to come up, and Curtis makes the stick. Well, they're thumping out there. J.B. Curtis made this first stick on Messiah Jackson. Gain of about 5, though, on that carry. They're giving 5. Also, Southside Thor.
There he is, making the tackle. He's been a lot of places today.
Currents with the hit, and then 33. Boy, they just a lot of red jerseys to the ball.
Look like Ohio State with that.
They do.
That sleeve piping, the striping on the sleeves.
Yeah, I thought about that, man. They kind of. And they playing like them right now, too.
They sure are.
Trying the middle. Jackson with a little success at the middle. And they're going to get a penalty. That Curtis tackled him, and they're going to say he got some face mask in it.
I think they're going to call face mask, but I'd love to see that. It looked like he grabbed the pads to me, but we're way up high. There were 2 flags that came in, so 2 different officials saw it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
And now they're talking about it.
Bryson Gann, we mentioned him, call him Southside Thor. Bryson Gann, a Catawba College signee. R.J. Brown has South Carolina State on his list. Running back. They're going to talk about this. I thought he had him on the pads, Joe. We'll see that. So if they pick it up. Nothing to see here.
They did wave it off.
Wave it off.
I think that's the correct call.
Please move along. Please disperse.
We'll get a good look at it here, which they don't get. But I thought in real time, he grabs him around the neck, kind of the pads. That wasn't a face mask at all. So that's a good wave off. Good piece of officiating.
It was.
Our guys down there today.
And also a good run. First down.
Yep,
right
sure was.
For South Florence. They needed that. 1-800 got junk. They make junk disappear. Sponsoring our first downs. Ball's at the 39-yard line. Not only did they need a drive, they did a drive and 7, Joe. They've had some drives. The 7 part has been a problem because of the defensive back play of the Stallions. With the 3 picks now in the ball game. Shotgun snap. They're going to give it to McLaughlin. And guess who? I believe that's our good friend and brother. Oh, that's 23. It wasn't Southside Thor. That was Seth Tillman, a junior defensive lineman, 23. They just got dudes everywhere, man.
We're also going to get a flag. We're going to get a sideline warning on South Pointe because a flag came out in the middle of that play.
And we'll get this clean feed for you right here in this mic, and I got some good news for you after that.
There's not a lot going right here.
No, just
another big hit by that South Pointe and Seth Tillman there on the stop.
Best news I've seen in a while. 53 is in the game in the defensive line.
That's good. Good to see him back healthy.
Yeah, good to see anybody hurt. So Miles Wilson in there. 53 back in, limped off with a left ankle injury toward the end of the first half. He just jumped. He jumped early. He might have did it again. I think they got him again. The second time they cut. He's anxious now. So good to see him back in there healthy, but he's jumped twice. He's given 5 free yard coupons twice.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense.
And that's good. They've been able to bait him a couple times. 8:45 to play in the third quarter. But this area of the field right here, they got to get down into the red zone and get some points on the board if you're South Florence. That's Miles Wilson right there. He's trying to explain it. See, what happened was
eighth penalty of the game on South Pointe.
Yeah, that's something they want to clean up. And they're going to go to the air here, looking deep over the middle. He has a man covered. That's Caden Watkins. I'd leave Caden Watkins alone. They were intended pass for Jayon Perkins. I would leave 8 alone, Joe.
And you watch the ball skills, too, right there of Caden Watkins. You watch him do what the South Florence defenders have not been able to do, and that's turn and make a play on the ball. He's actually maybe in better position to make that catch than the wideout was. Watch him play the ball in great shape right there. Kind of goes through his hands, to be honest with you.
Why to get that one? I tell you what, keep throwing over. He will get another one.
He might get a third if that keeps up.
He's a ball hawk, and he has hands because he does play some receiver at times, too, I believe.
That's just great defensive work by the corner there to be able to turn and make a play like that. And he's got 2 picks. He might get another and a timeout taken.
Timeout called on the field, folks. We'll step away with 8:23 left to play in the third quarter. All South Pointe in this 4A title match.
Have you been quoted for trench drain system to fix water intrusion? Before you compromise your foundation, talk to Foundation Solutions. We provide a more efficient, more cost-effective way to keep your basement dry. With 30 years of experience in Western North Carolina, we bring guaranteed work, financing options, and real peace of mind. Visit foundationswnc.com or call 828-768-2208.
We were tired of our old bathroom, but we thought remodeling was overwhelming and expensive.
And that's when we found Palmetto Bath. They brought their showroom to us with their no-pressure design consultation, making designing our new shower easy and fun.
And their employee installer was professional and efficient. He took out our old tub and put in a new walk-in shower. Thanks to Palmetto Bath, we got the shower of our dreams at a price we could afford.
Call today for your free consultation and tell them Megan sent you.
Carolina, all South Pointe, 8:23 left in the third. And stay tuned for the entirety of today's game as we select our Stanley Law Group Player of the Game. Stanley Law Group, your injury law professionals. Visit thestanleylawgroup.com today. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin up in the booth, Claire Foley down on the field. And we're just talking in the break about Caden Watkins being, I mentioned earlier, that's Tony Watkins' son. And that's Toby Cates, who'll be calling the next game here, his godson. But I was at Carolina with those guys. I should have been gone, but I was still at Carolina when those guys were freshmen, redshirt freshmen at Carolina, and they were inseparable. Toby Cates and Tony Watkins were inseparable as freshmen. And that's not surprising to me that Caden Watkins is his godson. Having quite a game. Up the middle, and that's going to be a first down.
Yep, sure is.
It's going to be right just enough to get it, but they don't need 3-play first downs. They need some chunk plays with the time being what it is. The clock's going to stop to move the chains. 1-800-GOT-JUMP first down for South Florence. Not too late to make a run here, but they've got to get chunk plays, Joe. I think we agree.
And they just haven't had anything downfield in the passing game. I mean, this South Pointe secondary has just been phenomenal today.
Empty backfield for Mosiah Jackson. He's going to sidearm that thing out to the right side. Maybe had a little room over there, but that speed of South Pointe, just too much. KJ Berg flew to the ball, Joe.
It's not a bad block over there for Ben Tyner, the wideout. He's able to clear out some space over there and makes a good block, but watch the speed of the South Pointe defense. Kind of a long handoff out here, gets a block there. By the time he's able to work his way past the defender, that's, you know, he's going to pick up, you know, a yard.
Joe, when KJ Berg was in the middle of the field when he caught that ball.
Yeah, I know.
Eating up green grass.
Yeah.
Another similar play. I remember I said they may have to try the edges because the middle wasn't happening. Now that's not really
They didn't get a block that time.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no blocking. I mean,
nice tackle.
You saw the defender there, Seth Tillman, get over there and make a play quickly. Also, credit
Darian Judge.
Darian Judge. 32, not 23. Throw a flag on me. That was Judge.
So that's all right. It's okay. Yeah, Judge
Judge of the guilty verdict on me. I messed him up right there.
He's been putting the gavel down all game, Joe.
He really has been.
He's administering justice to some running backs. But I thought they might do this. The middle was not giving up much, with big 53 up in there, the South Carolina State commit and the other gentlemen on that D-line. Now they're going to try the edges, and the speed might get them there. South Point has a little bit of everything covered. Arguably the best team in the state this year, according to a lot of pundits. That's holding. Got away with holding in the middle of the line. That's one-on-one coverage, and nothing happening. Just well covered by the defensive back over there, C.J. Wary, who had the first interception of the ball game.
He sure did. First of 3 picks by this South Point defense. And we had heard from our sources and people feeding us information that this was an elite defense,
and they
an elite defensive football team in South Point, and they have lived up to that billing today.
I mean, they as advertised. That's Miles Wilson on the screen right there. There's Berg, the junior. A lot of good seniors on there. Like I mentioned, some underclassmen who are going to have big years next year. Tillman and Berg and those guys. Messiah Jackson looking for an answer now. He's going to look over the middle. Nothing happening. He's going to break the pocket, but 12 is right there. Just mirrored him. That was just great defensive coverage that time by Daquan Evans. He mirrored the quarterback. He spied him and was right there with him.
I think there was a hold up front, too.
Yeah, well, I saw it right there.
Away with got an edge rusher right here. I think he kind of gets grabbed, but no flag, but that's okay because guess who's there to clean it up? I told Daquan Evans over there. He's been a lot of places today for the Stallions defense, and they take over once again.
Yeah, that's just I mean, you got to go for it right there. I get it, but I don't know what the answers are. The middle is not giving much, and the speed of the defense is just overwhelming. Just athletes all over the place. Ball's at the 46-yard line of South Florence now, and Currents is in the ball game. We're 6:19 in the third quarter. If they score here, do you see Currents in the fourth quarter?
I would doubt it. I would go for a sudden change big one right here if I'm them.
Chuck play.
Yeah, big one.
Yeah, it's going to be a sudden change big play, but it's going to be him running off the left side, and thought they had a gap to get more right there. Extracurriculars. There might be a flag.
Cuts back once, cuts back again. Now he's going to try to hit it out there, and the ball is stripped loose. He had the strip fumble and the scoop, and I thought he might take it to the house. Honestly, I thought Willie Kennedy had a lane to the house, but
cut back.
Good play. But
cut back in the Brown. But you know who knocked that out? Terry Gordon knocked that ball out.
Okay.
Terry Gordon's had himself a ball game, number 10, and White. That's a big play. Now can they capitalize on this momentum shift right here for a moment? And see, can they gash him? Isaiah Jackson going to try to left side over there. He has a little room over there. Pushed out of bounds by Daquan Evans. So the first miscue of the ball game that we can see up from Currents.
Their first turnover.
Yes. But again, everything's what it is until South Florence scores the ball. They have a hard time. They've had a hard time converting when they get to this area of the field. They'll pick in the end zone on the first drive this deep. McLaughlin in at running back now, 13. They're going to give to McLaughlin. Up, try that middle again. He squirts through. He got a nice little run that time. He'll be 2 yards short of the first down. They're being up 3rd and 2. I think it's a big third down right here, although it's truly 4-down territory, Joe.
Yeah, no question about that. I mean, there's no chance you're going to kick here if you don't pick it up. I mean, I think you got to score being what it is. We start to get down to 5 minutes in the third quarter. Kind of disappears into the wash and then reappears, and it's a good game. It's a pickup of about 5. Gives us a good opportunity to convert.
5 minutes left in this 4A game. 2 more games on tap tonight. Next game, Jason Patterson and Toby Cates, we just mentioned, will call the next game. Decent snap over to the right side, and it's going to be right at the sticks. I think they're going to give him that first down there. Good strong finish by Messiah Jackson. But Toby Cates. Toby Cates played both ways at Carolina. Plays on wide receiver and defensive back. Had a good career for the game.
I think they're going to say this is just a little bit short. Jackson
That's an
tries
interesting
that
spot, Joe.
Right side. I thought he got a little. I thought he got the line to game, but the official on this near side said that this is going to be 4th down. So he's about a half-yard short.
He did not get a good spot that time. I thought for sure that was a first down. This could be big right here now. Nope, you can't, no false start, no penalties, nothing. You got to get a surge. And the defensive line of South Point is expected to run. Let's see if they get penetration. They're going to go up that right side. A good job blocking and good job putting your head down, getting what you can get by Messiah Jackson, the Shrine Bowler. First down, South Florence. Ford on fourth down.
They had to have that.
Yes. They're the
kind of obvious stuff, but they had to have a first down there and keep this drive alive after you get the forcing a fumble and getting great field position at the 29.
Doctors Implants Red Zone, empowering people through full mouth dental plans, and also a 1-800-GOT-JUNK first down. You're looking left, now across the middle, big hit coming, and he had a guy. That was a shorter route. He had a corner route in the end zone that was well covered, and that short route was a safe throw, the best throw. We'll give him about 6 on that. Take a look.
And I think he used the corner route to kind of clear out this area a little bit for the shorter pass completion right there. Gave the wide receiver there a chance to settle into that coverage. And it's a good catch here by Malik Robinson. That's a pretty good pickup on first down to keep this thing moving.
2nd and 5. Clock's running, though. They're taking their time on this call right here. You want to make sure everything's right, though. You want to touch the scoreboard, put a little pressure on.
Blocking at the point of attack. Able to step through a couple of tackles, and he's a big, strong kid. Shrine Bowler, like you mentioned. Been a big-time player all year, and that is one that South Florence definitely needed. They're on the board now. 3 minutes to go in the third.
And who should really run that well, too, is that guy, Sellers. Kick. Up and good. And we have a 28-7 ball game. South Pointe up 3 touchdowns, but South Florence trying to rally here in the third quarter. So right here with them, and they get ready to line up for this kickoff. Messiah Jackson is making up 17 attempts, 65 yards, and that touchdown. Let's see if that momentum shifts over to the defense. They got to cause a turnover. This may fire them up now. They can get a stop and get the ball back. We can set up for some drama in the fourth quarter. From Orangeburg, South Carolina, Oliver. C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium, Willie Jeffries Field. Your site once again for the SCHSL High School Football Weekend of Champions. Time for the preferred appliance kickoff, and that dangerous kid right there, Caden Watkins.
Had a pick 6 earlier in this quarter.
And it's going to be caught. He's going to field it inside the 5. Caden Watkins to the right. They're trying to set up something over there. And good job pushing him out of bounds right there. Take a look at the scoring summary brought to you by Palmetto Pride, Joe.
So after the fumble recovery and return by South Florence set them up at the South Pointe 29, it took them 6 plays from there. Messiah Jackson 11 yards out on the rushing touchdown, gets them on the board. PAT good in that Palmetto Pride scoring summary. That's a good job by South Florence to be able to capitalize on a forced turnover, make this a 3-score game again.
Yes, they did what they needed to do, handle the business. Palmetto Pride keeping South Carolina beautiful as the state's anti-litter organization. There's zero occurrence. The Gamecock signee, R.J. Brown, in the backfield. R.J. Brown's got about $150, I'm told, in that first half. They're going to give it to Brown, and that's a good job. That momentum is shifting. Defensive front coming up big. Let's give some love to big number 50, I believe that is. That is Brendan Williams, the senior.
That's one of the few negative plays we've seen today. They just handed off to Brown. There's, like you say, Brendan Williams is in there. Big time play. Also give credit to number 15 in there, Willie Kennedy, who's been a lot of places defensively for the Bruins today. Big stand here. South Florence gets him off the field here and gets the ball back. Hey, you know, make this a ball game.
That was interesting. Brendan Williams defeated the block of Brandon Williams to make that tackle. High snap, and they're just like that. The ball's loose. And South Florence has the football. This is how you rally. South Pointe getting careless with the football, and South Florence said, we'll take that. The referee's trying to figure it out, but it looks to me like South Florence had 2 guys in there. It is.
Who's the strongest at the bottom of the pile at South Florence?
South Florence football, and R.J. Brown was down there fighting for it, but South Florence, listen, getting careless with the ball. They might be in relaxation mode. South Florence has nobody to play with. Take a look, Joe.
I think relaxation mode is absolutely how you just described that. I mean, that is just 2 bad plays here by South Pointe here in the last couple of minutes of this game. Just a snap that should have been handled. I mean, I don't know what happens right here, but Currents just kind of takes his concentration off of this thing. And one way you get back into a game quickly or let somebody back into it is doing what South Pointe is doing here. The Bruins with a chance now. 2 minutes to go in the third.
I mentioned when they be taking players out in the fourth quarter, they better keep all eyes on the steering wheel. Good job up front. I'll tell you what, that's a surge right there. They put like a defense that said, you know what, offense, we'll go ahead and shut it down from here. They came through that line of scrimmage like they were in the huddle and knew the snap count. Good job up front. Berg and others there. Dude, that was the quickness of that. Getting off the ball on the defensive side of the ball is what you need. Both teams have looked so dominant at times up front, Joe.
No question. And South Pointe kind of took it personally on that play.
Yeah. But if you saw Florence, you got a chance to strike right here. You got to make it pay.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to catch that.
It's a ball Malik Robinson would love to have back because I think you got to catch that football.
Now you're behind the sticks at 3rd and about 15.
2 plays to pick this up.
Absolutely. You got to get most of it, some of it back here and set up 4th down. Play action pass. Got wide open. The guy they faked it to, McLaughlin. That's going to be a touchdown, South Florence. And here we go. The Bruins fight song. Strike that up, please. Palmetto Bath touchdown. They threw it to the man they faked it to. South Pointe went to sleep, and Messiah Jackson made them pay. And now the lead cut in half just like that, Joe.
Well, this has gotten interesting all of a sudden, Stacy. He kind of wheels out of the backfield, fake the handoff, rolls out to the right, and then throws back to the left, and no one accounts for McLaughlin coming out of the backfield. And that's a 23-yard touchdown pass. And all of a sudden, Stacy, we got ourselves a ball game here.
Hands to the sky once again. They convert. And we have a ball game with 1:10 left in the 3rd. Here's another look at it, Joe.
Yeah, he just gets lost. No one accounts for him. McLaughlin kind of goes up there like he's going to block somebody, kind of gets lost in the wash, and then whoop, there he goes as an eligible receiver. No one accounts for him. That's a 23-yard pitch and catch, and this is ball game time.
Yes, sir. Time to get real serious about it. I believe it was Corey Joyner with the extra point. And the South Florence folks have awakened, folks. You can hear them. They're loud right now. They're loud and proud.
They are making noise, Stacy. I mean, that is great ambient sound on their crowd across the way. They've gotten into this thing as they should.
And now the pressure firmly, I can tell you for a fact, the pressure now shifts to South Pointe. Had the game in hand, up four scores, Joe.
You had to have a couple of fast scores, steal a couple of possessions. That's what South Florence has done here. And I'll tell you, South Pointe looks like they're just rattled out there at the moment. Yeah. They look shook up.
That was a preferred appliance kickoff that time. And your trusted appliance sales and repair experts. Let's go down to Claire on the field. Claire Foley.
Well, guys, you heard me at halftime ask Coach Marlowe about relentlessness. Where that comes from is in the offseason, he got a group of 12 leaders together to read the book Relentless. And so far this season, it's been an example and model for them about how to not get comfortable and complacent when things are going well. But you're seeing here, it's how they're responding in the face of adversity, that they're not letting their season fall apart after one half.
Thank you, Claire. Shout out to the leaders on that team and that coaching staff. Coach Marlowe took the paint off the wall at halftime, I'm sure. They come out fired up in the 3rd quarter. And R.J. Brown is going to get about 3 yards on this play. Now, it's going to be a battle of attrition in the middle of that play right there because both lines are now trying to establish dominance. South Florence is really awakened on defense.
That scoring drive, 3 plays, 16 yards. They had that 7-yard sack. It wound up being a 21-yard officially. 21-yard touchdown reception to McLaughlin.
Palmetto Pride scoring summary, keeping South Carolina beautiful as the state's anti-litter organization. 2nd down, 6 for Currents and the Stallions. Momentum definitely has left them. They have a 2-score lead. They're going to give it to the best player, arguably in the state, and a good tackle that time. Great tackle by a young man that's flying around all game, Willie Kennedy, number 15. Gain of only 1 on that play. That kid is fast to the ball himself.
And that will likely be the last play of the 3rd quarter in a game that is all of a sudden taking on a different tone and a different look here in the last couple of minutes as South Florence has worked their way back into this game as we head to the 4th.
We'll step away, folks. 4th quarter on tap. We have 1 quarter to settle it for the 4A state championship for 2025. South Florence or South Pointe. Stay with us.
After fire, water, or storm damage, it can feel like the heart of the season is lost. But for more than 50 years, A&I Fire and Water Restoration has helped families across the Carolinas reclaim life's most important moments. Because coming home isn't just about walls and floors, it's about memories and traditions. A&I Fire and Water Restoration, restoring more than property, restoring the moments that matter most. You can rely on A&I.
I got into my car. I started to back out when a Jeep hit me from behind. I heard about the Stanley Law Group through cutting Mark Stanley's hair when he was 5 years old, and he and his 2 brothers were my first 3 regular customers. I've heard Mark talk plenty of times about how these accidents are very trying on people, and that it's not about the money, it's about long-term health. I would recommend the Stanley Law Group because I believe they're men of their word.
And he picks that up and 4 more.
That's will to win right there. That is a Stewart Law Office's first down. One moment can change your life. Stewart Law Offices has over 25 years of protecting the rights of the injured. Visit StewartLawOffices.net today. And they're going to massage this play clock too now. Never been in a hurry the whole game, but they're definitely not going to do it in this fourth quarter up 2 scores.
Don't want to see them lose aggressiveness here.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
You want to stay aggressive.
R.J. Brown gets hit. He keeps his legs driving, but that's a good job getting heads to the ball. South Florence flowing to the football. Too many folks to name, but 29 is one of them in there for sure. Jewel Washington makes a sparkling play.
Yeah, Brown's had a big day too. R.J. Brown, he runs it off that left side. Runs into resistance after picking up about a 4-yard gain, which is not bad. And
see what I did there, Joe? Jewel made a sparkling play.
Oh, that one, that went right past me, Stacy. I don't
stay with me, man.
I can pick that up.
Stay with me, man. Second down. They're gonna let the play clock move. A give again. This time, little room on the right side, and it's gonna be a first down. R.J. Brown picked his way. Got the first down with 2 yards to spare. That right side of that line, backs in those guys, cleared the way for him, and it's going to be a Stewart Law first down.
I think Bobby Collins is saying here, you know what, we're going to run it and see if you can stop it. We're going to grind this fourth quarter out and see South Florence if you can stop this.
Yeah, this is a testosterone drive right here.
Yeah, this is going to try to be a statement drive by South Pointe to reassert command in this game, but Bruins have to come up with a stop.
And they can. They have the players to do that. Let's see if they keep it on the ground against me. Oh, Kearns had pressure in the backfield, made a man miss, but Borg help came. That's a good job. South Florence had that. Terry Gordon messed that play up from the very beginning, and it didn't have a shot. And then, of course, his sidekick, Willie Kennedy, are there on the play. Watch this burst right there.
Kearns just makes plays just because he's that good. I mean, he probably should have been taken down for a loss, but he drew a 3-yard loss to a 10-yard gain quickly.
Yeah, he can. This kid is really, really athletic and talented. And has seems to have a high football. Like we mentioned, coach's son, though.
Yep.
Dad, JR has been with Jay has been in the program since the inception of South Pointe football. 11, a new running back in the ball game, moving his feet, and it's going to make it third and interesting. I'll tell you that. That brought in that time first carry of the game, I do believe, for Zamir Gordon Miles, a junior. And they brought him in. Give R.J. Brown a rest. Now, what do you do here, Joseph? They haven't thrown it much now.
I think you put it in the hands of Zero, let him make a play, pick up a first down. That's what I'm doing.
But I think South Florence knows that, though. So he's going to be a lot of people coming.
We all know it. Can they stop it?
And what, right? And what? What does that mean? What does that mean, right?
Yeah, they knew it on third down.
They knew that touchdown run earlier, too. It didn't seem to matter. And again, they're massaging that play clock now. They ain't no hurry. They're just hanging out between plays. And this is going to be a timeout called right here, South Pointe. They want to get this together, make sure they're organized. We'll step away with them, folks. Big 3rd and 6 coming up for South Pointe in the fourth quarter. State 4A championship from Orangeburg.
Hi, Mom.
I've got an invisible junk pile.
How do you know?
When my friends saw it, I could see it.
Other people can always see them.
Can you make it disappear?
All you have to do is point, Mom.
It's gone.
Save $55 on junk removal. Book today.
They are really the ones who are on the ground and know what their students need better than anyone else.
They protect the fairness and rules of high school sports. They're here to look out for us. They're here to look out for what we love to do.
Our number one priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Game 4 of 6. All broadcasts brought to you by A&I Fire and Water Restoration. Celebrating 50 years, you can rely on A&I. Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin here in the press box at Oliver C. Dawson Bulldog Stadium. In the press box with the name of my play uncle, Mr. Bill Hamilton. He and my late father were basketball teammates up in Chesterfield. Shout out to Mr. Bill Hamilton, longtime SID here, who the press box is named after. Of course, Claire Foley down on the sideline, the third member of our broadcast team. Speaking of press, big third down coming up for South Pointe. And Currents, guess what, Joe? I thought he could have taken that outside. He did not.
They stopped him.
They stopped him. This is big right here now.
They stopped him.
Big, huge stop for South Pointe.
Interesting decision to come here for South Pointe.
I think South Pointe bets on 0 right here. Watch this. I thought he could have broke it outside.
He could have. He might have been able to bounce that. Yeah. Tries the middle instead.
It's going to be 4th down, and
this is good 3 yards to pick up.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice long chunk of 3 right here, but I think they're going to put it in Kern's hands. 50 has been balling out.
No question.
Yeah. That right side of his offensive line there didn't really block that well for him that time. Let's see if he tries the left side this time. Nope. And he dove and kept his leg. He's still moving his legs. And that last surge is going to give it to him. That's just an athlete, man. Joe, that play had nowhere to go. That play was going nowhere.
They had it stopped, and they had it stopped better than the last time he got it. I mean, he was stopped short of the line to gain, and then somehow was able to force himself and will himself. Watch out, right. He was stopped right there.
And his feet hit the ground.
He was stopped, yeah, and he just kept on. He kept on keeping on.
Stewart Law Officer's first down for Currents. That is an occurrence. Josavian Currents. Josavian Currents, he's Mr. Football candidate. He just won the Gatorade Player of the Year. Gamecock signee. Hey, that's my athlete. I'm not sure where the Gamecocks are going to use him, but they can use him somewhere. Good job by the quarterback for South Pointe. And now R.J. Brown gets the carry. And they were waiting on him. South Florence defense has really played much better in the second half, but is it going to matter? They got to get a stop and get the ball back now because the clock becomes a thing.
Well, they have played better. The only South Pointe points here in this second half was a pick 6 early in the third quarter, which put them up 28-zip. But
they'd love to put an exclamation point on it right here.
I tell you though, South Pointe is grinding this clock right now, and this is huge. They are putting a grind on this clock.
Yeah, they just loitering, just chilling between plays. And South Florence, at some point, if you get another first down, you got to start using your timeouts. And it may not matter if you don't get a hold of this guy here. He got about 7 or 8 on that play right there. So, they marked him. He did not get a great spot. They marked him at the 34-yard line, Joe. I thought it went a little further than that. But it's going to bring up third down. Take a look.
Quarterback Power just takes it out to the right side, gets a good block from Brown, hits the boundary over there, and that's about right. I think they're okay with that, but it's still 3 yards short of a first down. It's, this drive, Stacey, started with 1:10 to go in the third quarter, and now we're at 6:27 and clock turning here in the fourth. So
you're talking about getting the ball back with under 6 if you don't start calling for timeout, even if they get a stop here. And that's Brown made a move in the hole. There's going to be a penalty, and it's going to be a hold. That's going to be big. It's going to stop the clock for one. It's going to move South Pointe back.
Well, that's a lifeline thrown to South Florence right there. Yes. This is going to back them up. It's not going to be third down and short now. It's going to be 3rd and 13.
Currents has not been asked to make a big throw in this ball game, but this may be a time right here. He may have to complete one if they're trying to ice this game on this drive. South Florence needs a stop in the ball back and a drive of their own to make it dramatic here. 6:13 to play.
Illegal block on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Third down.
Joe,
got a legal block in the back instead of a holding call, but we just
take a look.
Yeah, I mean, right there in the middle.
There, yeah. Joe, a voice in my ear just told me that Curtis has only thrown twice in this ball.
The voice in the ear is correct.
Voice in my guy K-Paz, the legendary K-Paz.
So only 2 passes thrown. So now what do you do on 3rd and 13?
I think I'd ask Curtis to throw one here, I think. I would. Here we go. He's going to look. He's got a lot of guys in this wide open over there, but he threw it late, and it was athlete on athlete. It was caught. That is a huge completion. Currents to Dalen Duncan, the senior wide receiver, Joe. That's huge.
Just can't get them off the field. One-on-one over here. Duncan has good position, goes up and
hung up and waited.
Again, they just, that South Florence secondary has had their issues some today. Just couldn't get there to make the play. Had a guy there.
Hall was there. Hall was in not bad position.
Better play by the wide out there to pick up the first down and keep the chains moving, and more importantly, keep the clock moving.
Absolutely. Stuart Love's his first down once again. Right at the 30-yard line. Brown around the right. He's got room. Brown is going to cut it back. Brown made a move. Brown at the 10. Brown down to the 1-yard line. Almost struck it to the end zone. Good tackle preventing a touchdown, but R.J. Brown with a dagger run. Great job up front.
Massive run by R.J. Brown, and he called it. Great job by that South Pointe offensive front to create some space for Brown. Once he gets into the clear, he knows what to do. Cuts it back right there. Almost gets there.
Yep.
And what can Brown do for you there, Stacy? He almost scores his 2nd touchdown of the day, but they are knocking on the door to put this one away.
Absolutely. Doctors Implant Red Zone, empowering people through full mouth dental implants. One more yard here, and you can, start looking at benediction time. R.J. Brown, they're going to let him finish what he started. He's going to skedaddle into the end zone, strike up the South Pointe Stallion fight song one more time in a Palmetto Bath touchdown, and they can start smelling a trophy with just under 5 minutes to play in this ball game.
What a statement drive, too. We talked about how South Pointe wanted to come out here and make a statement after South Florence had gotten back into it with 2 turnovers by the Stallions. They were able to climb back into within 2 scores, but that drive took over 8 minutes.
Wow.
Off the clock, Stacy, and it results in 6 and more than likely 7 if this extra point is good, and we'll all but seal this one.
R.J. Brown has a championship as a point guard for Lancaster in the spring of 2025, and in the fall, he'll have a championship as a running back for South Pointe. Using that transfer rule, and there's a penalty. So R.J. Brown may have 2 rings in the calendar year of 2025. 2 different schools.
2 different sports. 2 different sports.
Yeah, not bad. He played a really good, solid point guard for Lancaster last year, too. Shout out to my guy, Jay Cawthon, the basketball coach over at Lancaster. Melvin Watson, the basketball coach at South Pointe. Speaking of Gamecocks.
Oh, yeah.
Good guy. Hilarious guy. Melvin Watson's always just a great guy to be around. Oh, almost had it blocked. And it is good. Hands to the sky. Lawson Miller converts once again. He's 5 for 5. We'll step away. South Pointe 35, South Florence 14. Crowning the 4A state champion here in Orangeburg.
They are really the ones who are on the ground and know what their students need better than anyone else.
They protect the fairness and rules of high school sports.
They're here to look out for us. They're here to look out for what we love to do.
Our #1 priority is protecting our players. That's why we're writing new rules for the sport and developing innovative educational tools that protect our athletes. This is player protection. This is high school football.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
You see the Steph Curry sleep sign right there. R.J. Brown flashed it before the commercial break, and the people in the stands on the night. That 1 yard run set up by his own gaping run could be dagger plays, folks. If you're here for the preferred appliance kickoff, Stacey Huff, Joe Cashin, and Claire Foley down on the field. Joe, your thoughts?
That was a dagger drive, a statement drive by South Pointe to all but put this game away. I know there's still 4:54, but South Florence has not shown the ability to take the ball and drive at the field. Maybe they can pop a big kickoff return here. Who knows?
But that would definitely keep the crowd engaged here. And it's going to be a return of bowl if they want to. Well, they went out of bounds, so it's going to be a penalty. They'll get decent field position.
I think he had offside start with him.
Yeah. So do you make them kick it again? And try to...
I would. Absolutely, I'd make them kick it again.
Yeah, looks like that's going to be Coach Marlowe's choice. So we'll see how that works out. But, yeah, that's something that could electrify the crowd right here.
Because you need something big. You need field position. Maybe a big return. You crease somebody, you get that.
I'll be interested to see how they handle this. Did he kick? I mean, I would kick it away from returns myself just to make them, make them drive the ball. I wouldn't take a chance on a special team breakdown. But nobody asked me, I promise you. So here we go, kicking off from the 35-yard line now. And it is, of course, the man who's made all of his extra points, Lawson Miller, the senior. This could be very returnable if he doesn't kick it out of bounds again. It's going to be very returnable. Yeah, it's going to be caught. Well, he can let it go out of bounds again. And hey, why not? The clock doesn't move, get some more field position. Make him kick it again. This time they're not.
Interesting to see what Coach Marlowe does here.
Looks
like they're going to take it.
Yeah.
Free kick out of bounds by the kicking team. Ball be placed at 35-yard line.
Which would be the result the first
That's
time.
fine. We'll put it at the 40. Looks like.
Oh, they give him 5 more yards the second time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't blame
They kicked it from 5 yards back.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Right. So you know what? Now you got a
40's okay.
Yeah, you got a 60-yard drive ahead of you. You got to get some chunk plays though at 4:54.
And quickly too.
And with the quickness.
Yes.
And the thing about it is they've not.
You need 3 possessions.
Yeah, so they've not thrown the ball deep. And if you're the defensive backfield, which is very opportunistic for South Pointe, you may be trying to have some fun right here. You got to give Messiah Jackson some time first off for South Florence. And they're going to run it with McLaughlin, and it gets. What do you think it got? A yard,
3.
2 yards.
They're going to give him 1.
Yeah, it was right. He got hit at the line of scrimmage, so it's a good job by him keeping his feet to get a yard on that because it could have been no gain, but interesting. Maybe they set up the play action pass. They faked it to him before and then threw it to him. Maybe they set that up.
Did a great job to set it up, too.
They really did. McLaughlin goes out, and the gentleman who started the game, Cameron James, comes back in, the junior. He's to the left of Messiah Jackson. They're going to throw it to him. That almost like a lateral. They try to get wide right there, but that's speed. Big hit. Caden Watkins with a big hit, but he was slowed down at first.
Goodness.
By Darian Judge.
Kind of a long handoff, almost a backwards pass as you described it, but James just has no chance. He can't get the corner turn. The replay doesn't do justice to the kind of big-time hit right there that Caden Watkins puts on it. Caden Watkins with 2 picks today, a pick 6 and a big hit right there.
He's a young man we mentioned earlier. He's got all the looks.
And almost had another pick that kind of went through his hands. So, I mean, he's been a defensive.
He has offered some Penn State, Georgia Tech, and West Virginia.
I can see why. Cover skills.
Ball's going to be high and out of bounds, but there's a penalty marker down early in that before the ball was even in that area. So maybe a defensive hold over there. We'll see what the call is, though. So we're kind of stagnating right now. 3:32. The ball's not really moving anywhere, but stoppage in play. 3:32 is not a lot of time, Joe.
Well, give South Florence, though, credit for, like Clear talked about, being relentless here in this second half. I mean, they're down 28-0 after the pick 6, and everything looking like this thing is going to be salted away. But they didn't give up, forced a fumble, recovered another, turned both into touchdowns, and got themselves back into the ball game. So
they showed a lot of fight,
they did show a lot of fight. Resiliency.
Holding on the defense, 10 yards from the previous spot, results in a first down.
Get the ball at midfield, Joe, but at some point you got to threaten.
You got to take a chunk. You got to go deep. You got to try something down the field.
Dr. Drew Marlowe, the head coach, their hashtag is relentless, and they've shown that. South Pointe at the cusp of another chip in their program history. Set up the middle screen. You know who guessed that? Miles Wilson saw it early and sat down and backed up. As much as he loves getting in the backfield, he saw it as a senior and sat down and backpedaled. South Carolina State, I'm telling you, you're getting a good one right there, 53.
It did look like several of them kind of read that, and they were waiting to see where the ball was going to go.
He stopped right there?
Stops. Yeah, had a couple of them stop, and then he just goes back and makes the tackles.
Yeah.
You're wanting a middle screen to pick up more than 3 typically.
Well coached.
Yeah.
Well coached. Modest gain. Sorry, Jackson gonna roll the pocket and dangerous. Berg went right past Berg and some other red jerseys in the area. And one thing to wake these folks up right here for one more. If you want one more highlight, let the ball bounce around the middle of that field. You might see one going back the other way.
Stacey, we got our 2A championship game coming up shortly, and then tonight you've got the 5A Division I.
Looking forward to that one, man. I'll be calling that one with Jason Patterson.
Will be, yes.
Coach Eddie Muldrow at 7:30. Dutch Fork, Somerville rematch of last year's game. It was a good one last year.
This will be my final assignment of the season with you and Claire and K-Paz and the crew. Had a great year it's been, and enjoyed every minute of it.
Absolutely, man. Love having you on the call. Can't wait to next year, man. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Going for it all, but 3 red jerseys down there. Triple coverage, and they're going to call a interference on that play. The ball was available for 3 players, Joe, and just an ill-advised throw, but you got to do something at this point in the game. But
I would advise it because you got to have it. But
it was 3. It was 3.
There were 3 guys back there fighting to see who would pick it off.
And all 3 of them had a better shot at the ball than the receiver, though.
I thought so too. I'd love to get a look at this, but this was a pretty quick flag coming out for pass interference.
This is interesting.
For South Florence, you got to have this. So.
Of course, in high school, like college, it's only a 15-yard penalty, so they will not get the ball at that location.
Pass interference on the defense. 15 yards, first down.
South Point fans booing that, and I get it. Let's see right here.
Let's see
3 guys down there.
Well, yeah.
He held his arm a little bit.
I see.
And hit his arm.
I see. It looked like he had him grabbed around the back and kind of pulling the arm. I see it.
Right there. And it did hit his hands, too. So I'm going to give referees your right once again.
I see it. I got it.
Referees your right again. That's why you're the referees.
They're a lot closer to that than me. So.
That's why we don't have, they don't let me wear stripes. First down, Stuart Law first down for Messiah Jackson in South Florence, and he's going to be just chased out of bounds that time, running for his life. He's trying to direct traffic.
He wanted one of his wideouts to release and go to the end zone. You see him. You'll see him right here. He's going to try to direct some traffic as he gets flushed out to the right. Now watch him wave his hands. He wants his receiver to head to the end zone down.
He was covered
to the right over there, and he was just well covered and just had no time to try to even set and turn and throw.
As a receiver in that situation, you're told to do one of 2 things: you either come back to help your quarterback, or you release late. But he told him what he wanted to do, so he made a choice for him. And there's going to be a hold on that play against South Florence anyway. But yeah, you have a choice to make. You either come back to help him and give him a short throw out near the sideline, or you go to the end zone.
Yeah.
And again, when the quarterback helps you out and say, "This is what I want. I want you." To, but it wasn't going to matter. There was holding, and by the way, the end zone was covered too. The South Point defense has really been everything we
were told that they're an elite group. I'm declining this penalty. I'm not sure what the decision. I mean, that's about a 6-7 yard loss anyway. I'd take the down and loss.
Second down.
Okay.
Take a look at our player of the game brought to you by Stanley Law Group. Y'all want to guess who the player of the game is? I can't tell. Who is it? Maybe Zero, Joe.
Xavier Currents. We talked about him in our opening as Gatorade Player of the Year in the state, Mr. Football finalist. 124 rushing yards today, 2 touchdowns on the ground, and he picked up some huge 3rd down conversions and a 4th down conversion as well earlier in this quarter to really salt this game away. And you see him right there. That's the 2nd of his 2 touchdowns.
And they stick it on defense. Absolutely innocent.
5 tackles on the defensive side of the ball. Came in with more than 80 tackles on the season, but he's been everywhere for this team today.
Going deep right now in the double coverage again, way overthrown. And by the way, the Stanley Law Group brings you that player of the game. Stanley Law Group, your injury law professionals. Visit the StanleyLawGroup.com today. And we're down to the last couple of plays of the ball game here. There wasn't a late flag on that, was it? The receiver was bracketed. It's 3rd and 19, it looks like.
If you're South Point, you know what's coming here, and so you're going to not get beaten deep. You don't want to get beat over the top by anything, and that's their first.
Yeah. They put a couple of fresh pass rushers in the ball game, and I see 18 in the game. They subbed a couple guys out. Zay Joseph in, the junior. Just put some extra fresh legs in there because they know they're going to chase him down and try to pick him on the back end. And this is to the sideline, caught. short gain, though. It was 3rd and 19. It'll be 4th and still a nice little chunk to do there, to go there. That was caught by Jayon Perkins there. Let's look at our play of the game here. Talk about it, Joe. Our play of the game.
R.J. Brown, who has had a big day as well, 53-yard touchdown run. This put them up 14-0 with 11:39 to go in the first half. Boy, you just see him tightrope the sideline right there. He turned the corner. Watch him when he turns the corner. He just outruns everybody. Gets a couple of great blocks out there in front of him, and he's able to outrace any defender to the end zone. 12 had a chance right there.
Yeah.
Paul almost got to it, but not quite.
Talented kid. Adventure brings you that play of the game. Messiah, Jackson chased and just nowhere to go. Just red jerseys everywhere. A deep sack, and that may be their last play on offense of the ball game. The celebration is going to begin for South Pointe. Experience Columbia, by the way. Make new memories with friends. Check that out. Adventure. Hands-on exhibits light up curiosity for guests of all ages. Visit Adventure in Columbia or Myrtle Beach and see how much fun learning together can be. Adventure.org is where you go in there. Brings you that play of the game.
When the defense knows you're going to throw it, they just bring some people. They don't have to worry about the run game, and they're able to get penetration, push that pocket, get in there and sack the quarterback. And I think you're right, Stacy. That probably will be the last time that we'll see South Florence on offense today.
Yeah.
Again, a valiant effort on their part, but congratulations to South Florence Stallions. They win their 8th in the next 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Unless something happens, they're going to win their 8th state championship.
Joshua McClure, 26. Give him some love. The junior got in late in the ball game. And again, they never graduate. He's a guy who will probably be a starter next year. They just reload. McClure gets a sack here late in the game right there. Coming in late. Currents is going to stay on the field. That's what's fitting for him to be the guy that gets the ball in his hands to end the game, if what it looks like it's going to be here. If South Florence calls timeouts, they may have to get a first down. If they don't call the timeouts, they won't have to.
No, you'll have to snap this thing up 3 times maybe.
Yeah, that's going to be the freshman running back, R.J. Brown's brother. Look how good this kid looks. A 9th grader across the 30. A gashing run. Stuart Law Officer's first down that time. That's Rashawn Brown, the 9th grader, one of the best freshmen in the nation, I'm told. They reloaded, Joe.
He had some explosiveness right there. You see him. He gets some great blocking, cuts it back right there. What great vision to make that cut. For a young player like that, a freshman, that vision to cut it back. He almost housed it.
He really did. He wasn't far from taking that, but banging his head on the goalpost right there. And they're going to try him again. They're going to cut it, bounce it outside this time. And, oh, what a dude. Barry Sanders' footwork. Baby Barry Sanders out there. A little young Rashawn Brown. He's going to get bigger and stronger, too, folks. Only a 9th grader. Did he got close to a first down. I think he got about 8. Look at this.
He picks up about 8. Is able to bounce it. Play designed to go up the middle. He just bounces it. No problem. He's going to pick up 8 quick yards.
Yeah, they're in the red zone. They thought there's implants red zone right there. They don't have to snap it but 2 more times.
That's it. That's all they got to do, because the play clock is... You can take this under a minute with the play clock being what it is.
Curtis is telling this fan base over here down below us, some of them have umbrellas up, light mist off and on today. He's telling them to go ahead and start getting loud over there. Rashawn Brown tackle for no gain. Good job up front for South Florence right there, still fighting hard. And you're 1 snap away now from crowning the 4A champion for 2025, the South Pointe Stallions. We just had a Gatorade bath for Coach Collins. They got another coach out there in the 30-yard line. Probably don't want it that close. They probably don't. They got
that was Collins, I think, the second one. There he is.
They probably don't want it that close to the field, but we're not going to use that field anymore.
Because the clock is still running, and you still got to snap the ball. So.
Yeah. They won't. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock. So they're just going to take a kneel down right here. They won't use that part of the field anymore.
Yeah, all they got to do is snap it. Victory formation this thing out of here.
That's the ball game. Currents takes the knee. Congratulations to Coach Bobby Collins and South Pointe Stallions. You're the 2025 4A state champions of the state of South Carolina. Props to Rock City up there. City of Champions, Football City. South Pointe going to take the crown, folks. We'll see this handshake line, and we got some hardware to give out, and we got some other things for you here in this post game. But Currents did what he said he would do. He came and closed out his career with the chip.
Impressive performance by the Stallions today, Stacy. They were everything that we were told that they were. An elite football team, defense great. Currents, perhaps the best football player in the state. Odds-on favorite to win Mr. Football, and just a great performance by a tremendous South Pointe football team. And Also credit to South Florence. Just to get here is an amazing accomplishment. They were after their third state championship in the last 4 years, but couldn't quite get there. South Point was able to win it for the 8th time in school history.
And now we talk about our defensive player of the game. It's brought to you by Bojangles Bash. It is Caden Watkins, number 8, the junior. He did a lot for them. 2 picks included. Take a look at this.
Watch this. He jumps that slant. Might have been tipped a little bit, but he still has the ball skills to get in there and jump that route, pick off that pass. The first of his 2 interceptions. That one in the first half. This one early in the third as he gets the tip ball. Whoop. Knowing where that ball was and having vision of that thing, able to collect that ball off the tip drill. He runs that back for a touchdown. Almost had another one as well. So
Bojangles Bash brings you that defensive player of the game. Now the experienced Columbia stop of the game. Talk about this one.
Well, how about this? How about a redo here on this one? We're going to watch it again from a different angle. The pick 6 early in the third quarter, 13 yards officially is what it was. Ball in and out of the receiver's hands, and there's Watkins. He's able to make that pick off the tip drill, let it in for the touchdown, puts a spike on the football. A little emphasis there at the end.
Point. Got it done. The experienced Columbia brings you that stop of the game. Shout out to them and with all they do for the Columbia area. So you see the handshake line, great sportsmanship here being displayed, and
that's good. That's a good thing to see.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it doesn't work out that way.
Right. Got to win and lose with class.
Exactly. It's good to see this today.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. I always ask you to do it one more time. The final game of the final weekend of the season. Show the sportsmanship you showed all year. Mutual respect there. Both these teams will be heard from again next year, of course.
Well, they usually are.
Yeah, it's kind of like
South Florence is always heard from, and South Point, since they became a high school in 2006, they've been heard from now 8 times.
It's amazing, man.
Championship, so they're always in the mix.
Something to be said for consistency. Let's go down to Claire Foley and Coach Collins and a victorious bunch of Stallions. Claire.
Your offense and defense both filling the highlight reel on this one. How proud of you are of their team effort?
You know, we've been at this since January. Northwestern won big last night. South Point won big today. Football City, USA, this is what we do in Rock Hill. I mean, it starts at a young age. Nobody trained the way we do. I just thank God, man, for him just having his grace and mercy over me and this football team all season long. My kids persevered. You know, they show up every day like grown men and go to work. Whenever it's tough, they still show back up the next day and go to work. And like I said all the time, nobody practices the way that we practice. Okay, so when you see that, when our defense do what they're doing today, it won't shock anybody else but the guys that's in the locker room.
Seeing some pretty raw emotion out there from your players, what does this really mean to them?
You know what? It's just hard work. It's just hard work. You know, we tell the guys all the time, man, is that a timid man will always surrender, okay, but a resolute man will always prevail. So we try to put our kids in tough situations every day at practice. And it showed today, man. They bowled a little bit towards the end, but I had no doubt. Number 0 on the field, we're going to always win.
You join a list of every South Point head coach to win a state championship. What does that mean to you?
Pressure. You know what I mean? The rest of those guys left. I never will.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow, what a great interview. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Coach Collins. Exuberant coach, very thankful and celebrating his first chip and many for the school. We'll step away, folks. We have some post-game activities for you here. We'll show the trophy presentation when we come back. 4A champions for 2025, the South Point Stallions. Come on back.
We were tired of our old bathroom, but we thought remodeling was overwhelming and expensive.
And that's when we found Palmetto Bath. They brought their showroom to us with their no-pressure design consultation, making designing our new shower easy and fun.
And their employee installer was professional and efficient. He took out our old tub and put in a new walk-in shower. Thanks to Palmetto Bath, we got the shower of our dreams at a price we could afford.
Call today for your free consultation and tell them Megan sent you.
The thing that makes me happy about my job is when I can look someone at the eye at the end of the case and know that I have made them happy, that I've helped them at a difficult point in their life. We've handled thousands of accident-related cases from settlement to trial. If you give us a call, we're gonna get on the phone with you. If we need to drive somewhere to meet with you to make your life easier, we're gonna drive out there and meet with you. You're the person who's been in the accident, you're the person that needs help, and at the Stewart Law Offices, we're gonna go out of our way to help you.
Welcome back, folks. We're in the aftermath of South Pointe winning their state championship for 2025, 35-14 over South Florence. You just saw Drew Marlowe, Coach Marlowe from South Florence, getting the runner-up trophy, and they're going to let you hear the presentation of the championship trophy for the South Pointe Stallions, Coach Bobby Collins.
Who said he's never going to leave.
I love that.
I do too.
Powerful. The thrill of victory. Had a great weekend thus far. 2 more games coming up. And the fans there, they're staying in the wet to watch these kids.
Shout out to the fans coming this weekend too, because they've had to brave the elements yesterday and today, but they showed up.
Yeah, absolutely. Uniform looking a lot, as you mentioned, a lot like the Ohio State.
They really, I mean, that striping, the shoulder striping.
But at one time they had gray pants too. I don't think you don't remember. They used to wear the gray pants. They really looked like them when they had the gray pants.
Scarlet and gray.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah. I did one game on the sidelines one year. I believe the pants matched the helmets. It really looked a lot like the Buckeyes.
It looked a lot like the Buckeyes today.
Right. Yeah. While we're doing that, let me thank our outstanding crew that makes it all happen. Our director, Joe Ferrara, our producer, Kevin Pausenet, K-Paz, graphics, Ryan Lutz, audio, Chris Davis. On replay, Kelsey Crook, video, Beth Rickenbacker. On the cameras, Taylor Shirley, Tiffany Joyner, Mike Mindmiller, Nick Case, and Jessica Pausenet. On the TOC, Rick Dolan. Stats, Ryan Johnson, big-time Ryan Johnson. The tech manager, Kyle Lang, and EIC, Andrew Taylor. As Coach Collins
Now, the school representatives will join the commissioners for the state championship trophy presentation. State championship trophy on behalf of the team. Head coach, Bobby Collins. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Class 4A state champions, the South Pointe Stallions.
Salute to the 2025 SCHSL 4A champion South Pointe Stallions on top. Once again, that program has really been doing big things. Shout out to Coach Collins and his staff, the faculty and fellow student body there, and administration there at South Pointe. On that win. I think the district guy there is John Jones, my high school classmate, is a superintendent up in the area. Shout out to all those folks. I want to thank the folks I get to work with. I think the production crew. I want to thank our guy Joe Cashin right here. Love working with him all season. Thank you, Joe Cashin, what you do.
Appreciate you, man.
Claire Foley, thank you, man. Always a pleasure. Claire Foley doing a great job on the sidelines. For all those folks, I am Stacy Huff. I want to thank some of our sponsors here as we head out. A&I Fire and Water Restoration, Foundation Solutions, 1-800-GOT-JUNK, Stewart Law Offices, Doctors Implants, Palmetto Bath, Stanley Law Group, Adventure Children's Museum, Preferred Appliance, Palmetto Pride, Jim Hudson Automotive, Experience Columbia, the Bojangles Bash, Farmers Bureau Insurance, and Ingles Markets. Once again, for Joe Cash and Claire Foley, I am Stacy Huff on behalf of everyone here. Thanks for tuning in. 2 more games on tap here from Orangeburg in the weekend of champions. Have a great afternoon, folks, and thanks for watching. 2 more games, and keep enjoying the South Carolina High School League weekend of champions from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Good afternoon.
I grew up where the world was simple and slow, learning right from wrong, work road. There was never plan B, just a path I'm taking, breaking on through on the road I'm